All right, welcome everyone to another exciting session of Tales of Tellos, the Steam Mage. I'm your humble dungeon master, DM Order, and I'm joined by these awesome individuals who are the heroes of the campaign. We're down a couple of people. Lance will be joining us hopefully a little later on, just running a little bit late of sorts for things. Erlon hopefully will be joining us for things, running through a little bit of a slight emergency. Everything's well, hopefully, and that. Hopefully he'll be joining us maybe 10, 15, 30 minutes or an hour late or even the whole session, but he'll hopefully have his cameo and come back and take over. I'll be autopiloting Erlon until then. But if this is your first time joining us, welcome. We're happy to have you. This is a good time to get started a little bit with the campaign, even though it's session 86. You're going to ask why? Because it's a new arc for things that just started a week, 2 weeks ago for things, and we're going to explain what's going on there for it. But if you're interested in watching any of the previous episodes, they are on our YouTube channel, Castles and Calamities. So feel free to check that out for it, as well as any of our other future campaigns that we're starting up again. They will be uploaded and posted here on Twitch, as well as posted into the YouTube channel after the fact for it. With that being said, let's go into a little bit of a recap. Well, before that, also shout out and thank you to everyone who has continued to support and continue to watch the show. It is appreciated. We really enjoy having the game, and we're happy that you are a part of it for it. With that being said, let's talk about what happened last time on session 85 as we go into talking about what's going on this session for session 86. So, last time on session 85, our heroes, the Crimson Peacekeepers, uh, found out that the Endless War, this godlike entity of myth and legend, number one, is real, and number two, has manifested for the sixth time. The entity is powerful enough to destroy the world, and it takes the power of gods or slivers, I should say, and mortal champions to try to push back this evil god once again and delay the end of the world once more. The slivers were going to fight the entity as well as the two sultanas and their group of heroes that they had been chosen years ago and have a higher level were also chosen to go fight the endless war. Our heroes, at least this group, the heroes of Aramare, went to fight the giants as the giant wars had started due to the endless war corrupting all of the giants to rage and go against all of the mortal races, seeing them as a threat and learning the names of their ancient gods. And so they will seek blood to honor their gods and restore their gods onto this world. So giants are attacking the city, eating people, bombarding them with boulders being tossed from up above from their cloud cities, and rampaging about, attacking cities, caravans, towns, farms, nomads, anyone and everyone of the mortal races that live on the surface. Our heroes raced last time and fought a couple of, or not a couple, they fought a bunch of hill giants as well as a cyclops, storm giant, or not storm giant, excuse me, a cloud giant, and a frost giant. They were also joined by Kadir, an individual who is an artificer armorer who was on the rooftops. He raced forward and started firing with his hunting rifle. His poor dog Theseus, who was mechanical, got crushed by a carriage that was thrown at both of them for it. Still, the heroes were able to prevail, got rid of every single one of those giants, and continued pushing forward and pressing the line for it. As the giants rage against the city in Jeddah, our heroes focus on taking the fight to them to break the lines of the giants that are burning the city, bombarding things. The Arab's forces, as well as Western forces with their mages, are very much attacking and pushing back. This is now a moment where one side will buckle. Will it be the mortals and their armies of mages and humans and the Skender's Guild, or will it be the giants? We'll find out this session. So, with that being said, let's roll some d20s, see whose feelings we're going to be picking up on a little bit. So, everyone here, roll me a d20, please. Alice with a nat 20. Okay. Zanny with an 8. Chance with a 3.
Ooh.
Kadir Nat 20. This is dangerous, guys. This is
Who gets to think first?
yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Let me roll for Erlon and then for Lance, just when they show up. And yeah, chat, this does not bode well. So this is Erlon, 2, and this is Lance, 19. Okay. So you guys are 3 above, 3 below. I mean, hey, but still, the nat 20s is very, very rare for things. So Alice Kadir, roll offs. Roll one more time a d20, please. Alice with the 17 and Kadir with the 19. Okay, Kadir, which is fitting. You're the guest, and this is maybe your last session guesting here. So let's start with Kadir and ask, what's Kadir thinking as he's on the magic carpet racing towards a battle with fire giants and a storm giant?
He was probably thinking at first, holy shit, this is a lot of giants, but can't believe how good these guys are at fighting. They all nailed it, and he's then he was focused on getting his dog rebuilt, and then he sees a bunch more giants, and he's like, oh fuck, I just got him fixed, and then these giants probably look a little bigger and scarier than the last few. And he probably mostly just got on his mind. He's like, well, as long as it's all like far away from where the family is at in town. So that's the main concern on his mind is that the Giants don't get close to his family.
Great. And yeah, you definitely are thinking about your family, about your friends, everyone that you've known in this town that you're fighting for them and trying to make sure to help out as much as possible. So great. All right. Let's go to Alice. Alice, what is Alice thinking as you are flying on the magic carpet racing towards the fight with the fire giants and the storm giant?
Um, kind of the same thing, except she's less worried about her family and once again just worried about her town. Not this one. This is not hers. She's more concerned about the two towns that she can't see because she doesn't know what's going on there and she's not there to actually help there.
Yeah. With
So she's,
Timosh and Zarek. Yep.
yeah, she's
You
more a
would
little peeved that, she's here and not defending her own cities.
fair. You roll me a history check, please. 13. Okay. You would know, absolutely, you have every right to feel peeved. You would know though that there is a large armies in those two cities. Due to the Civil War, a lot of the armies from the East and the West have been stationed in those cities particularly, which may explain why Revenos said go to this city in particular. Still could be annoyed about it, but you at least know that there is a larger military presence in both of those cities.
Yeah, she's less concerned with whether or not they're safe and more concerned with I should be there because that's my hometown. So, like,
Fair.
that's where I should be defending versus, they'll die without me.
Yeah, fair. Lance is not here, so we'll skip him for a moment. Zanny, what is Zanny thinking as she is racing for this fight to try to break the line?
Uh, I think she's she might be the one here that's the most used to being in the middle of something like this. She's probably just in the middle of like quietly taking stock, making like looking through everything that she's spent fighting the giants we've already dealt with, and finally pulling out her new wand and going, okay, maybe it's time we take you for the test drive.
Awesome. And Chance, what is Chance thinking as she's racing forward to this fight?
She's probably uh kind of taking stock as we're traveling of what she sees, the like how much chaos is going on, and then also what she sees as far as destruction and people and that sort of thing. Like kind of
Gotcha.
take take a measurement of what's going on as a whole, since we've only seen like little snippets.
Absolutely. So great. All of you have those emotions. Your hearts are beating loudly in your chests. You feel the adrenaline rush as fires are raging ahead of you, and you are heading towards this second fateful combat. We already rolled initiative with things, so let's get officially started. Let me get the music going again. And let's go with action. All right. And just make sure. Yep. All right, great. And let's start with Erlon. So Erlon's going to move the carpet, the 30 feet for it. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. That is his movement speed. And he is going to, let's see, he will, get rid of this. He is going to leap forward 35 feet. 40. Actually, he has still this long strider, so that means he has an extra 10 feet of movement, right? Right, Chance?
Yeah.
Okay, so he has a total of 50 movement speed. So let me just right there. Let me just see. Yeah, he'll get right there. One more time. Let me just measure that out. Okay, 2 more forward. Wield his axe, and he will bonus action rage. Let me mark off a rage. And let me just check. Did he use his... He did not use his action surge, but he will hold on to that for now. Looks like he's much healthier. He is at 117 currently, hit points. Great. So Erlon rages. Welcome, Lance. Happy to have you. And he is prepared to start taking the first abundance of attacks from anything. All right. Chance, you are up. What is Chance doing this turn?
Okay. We are. Okay. I'm gonna move the carpet 30 feet.
Yep, you should have control of the carpet, so just move it, and I'll drag everyone else's tokens with it.
Okay.
All right. So you move forward 30, and
then I'm gonna just lean over Zanny here and I'm gonna cast Long Strider at 4th level and get everybody else. Everybody except me gets 10 feet of movement.
okay, nice. Let me make sure just mark everyone with the
I mean,
long...
and not the dog, but
not the dog. From what the chat said last time, everyone wants the dog to kind of like stay out of it and survive.
Right.
So let me just give everyone the boot on their characters, so that way it is 10 extra feet of movement for everyone as you cast Long Strider at 4th level. And there you go. Awesome. All right. Dog must survive. Yeah. Anything for bonus action?
not at this moment. That's just gonna be my getting the lay of the land.
Awesome. All right. If that is the case, it is the Storm Giant's turn. He sees this small folk jump down and is racing on the roofs. He still sees the group flying on the magic carpet. He is just going to reach up and speak the word of his god. Lightning strikes forward. He catches it, and he just hurls a lightning bolt straight. And each creature within today at that point, 500 feet reach. and anyone within 10 feet of that aiming at everyone on the carpet. Please make a dexterity saving throw, please. And I will say, except the dog.
Can I use my luck points to reroll that?
Sure.
Okay.
All right. Let's see. We have an 8, a 19, a 16, 16, 16, 15. Is that the final answers for everyone?
And you said don't make one for the dog?
Yeah, the dog is fine.
Okay.
Hold on. 16's my final answer.
16 is your final answer. Okay. Everyone fails except Lance. Lance, you take 25 lightning damage. You can take out any resistances, halving it. Everyone else takes 49 lightning damage as a lightning bolt impacts all of you from that with lightning strike. That is his action. And
Last week I gave somebody a lightning resist potion. I don't remember who, but
I think you gave it to
Erlon.
Erlon, I believe. So Erlon is currently resistant to lightning.
Yeah, kill that guy.
But I'm not sure if you gave it to anyone else. If you had
I only had one.
Okay. If you only had one, then I remember you gave it only to, as I try to kill a bug. You only gave it to Erlon, I remember, because he's going to be on the front lines for it. I believe there's also a fire-resistant potion. I don't remember who got that one, though.
I
think Alice
asked
took
for
it.
it. Yeah.
Oh, so Alice, you have the fire-resistant. So make sure, because
Yes.
fire giants. Okay. The storm giant just looks. He expected you all just to die instantly. You did it, and then he just kind of like lifts up his sword, readying it. Not yet charging. That's up to the fire giants. Fire giants' turns. They will grab random parts of the walls and tear them out and chuck them. First one's going to be chucked at Erlon. Let's roll this one from a rock attack. 27 to hit. Erlon takes with bludgeoning 14 only. Let me mark off that. Hit points. 14 damage. The next one is going to throw one. That was the one at the top. The second one is going to throw it at Chance. Rip out a boulder from a wall and chuck it. 20 to hit, doing 37 bludgeoning damage. And then they will then advance 5, 10, 15, shove a Cyclops aside. 20, 25, 30 as they're moving. This one will climb up and stand on the roof. The roof, you can see is starting to teeter and break with the weight of 3 giants. You don't know how long it's going to be holding. I'll be doing a roll at the end of the turn to see about structural integrity and such. But that is the giants, the fire giants' turns. The Cyclops, this one's going to grunt and try to push 15, 20, 25, 30, and then dash 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and climb up onto the roof. That is the Cyclops. The hill giant is going to grab this wall over here, rip it out, and chuck it at you, Kadir. Let's see if it hits. 16 to hit. Does that hit you?
No.
All right, you duck out of the way as a piece of wall comes hurtling towards you. And it misses. It's then going to go 15 more feet and end its turn. All right, Kadir, you are up.
Yeah, he gets up after that fucking lightning strike. And he's like, oh gosh. Spread out a little bit, guys. Just avoid area of effect. I guess bonus action will have the dog move. And have it, I guess, all acting at the same time. It's going to shoot. Let me see how far its ranged attack is. 30 feet. I'm not sure if it can hit from there. Bit up a little further. I can't remember how much speed this thing has. 30 feet. Okay, I don't think it can move much farther than that. Then it's just gonna hold its turn for now.
And then for your action?
For my action, see if I'm not in range of anything yet. I'm just gonna take 2 shots at the giant, the storm
Which
giant.
one? Storm giant. Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Take your first shot. 15 misses. It bounces off his armor. 24 hits, doing 19 damage. He kind of like the first one kind of like doesn't do anything. The second one actually draws a little bit of blood, and he actually looks down at it and then looks at you a little annoyed. But yeah, you are the one
Yep.
to draw first blood amongst the giants.
That'll do it for my
yes.
turn.
Yep. Alice, it is your turn. What are you doing? Your teeth are little. Everyone's teeth are kind of like chattering a little bit from the lightning. What are you doing?
What I'm doing is I am going to now. Do I have a general sense of how long they're? Nope, 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 nope. Because they're not humanoid. I remember that from last week. I'm gonna
Yep.
cast Eldritch Blast on who looks like they're the most important.
The storm giant is the leader.
Perfect, not him.
The one who
I'm-
just chucked a lightning bolt at all of you.
Yeah, not that guy. I'm going to shoot my Eldritch Blast. If this would cooperate, for the love of all that's holy, this guy.
Fire giant. Okay.
Yes.
Go ahead, roll your first attack. The fire giant is very like muscular with like very broad armor.
One.
First one hits with doing 20. Absolutely. Then second one,
That's my damage.
13 damage. Great.
2, not so good.
2 is a miss.
And
3 is a miss.
ooh. And we're able to get down, correct?
Yeah, if you want, you can jump, or you can use your movement to also move the carpet away.
How far down are we?
You are right now almost like 10 feet off the roof, so you're fine. If you just jump, there's no roll needed.
Okay, I'm gonna get down because I don't like being on this carpet. Things keep targeting this carpet. First it was trees, now it's lightning bolts. So I'm gonna get down. And
Okay. So if
Go-
you can jump onto the rooftops, that's no issue. If you want to jump down to the streets, that would be a roll. But yeah, you get on the
No.
rooftop.
yeah,
You see
And then
there
I'm
is a
gonna-
cyclops over there.
I'm gonna come off this way, kind of behind Erlon, because maybe they're just gonna be really pissy at Erlon and not me.
Fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'm going to. Does Erlon have a bardic inspiration?
He does not.
Okay, I'm going to tell Erlon to be a good bodyguard and make sure they don't hit me, and
All
inspire
right.
him because he's really good at his job.
Really good. Okay, I'm gonna put a dice on my sheet just to know Erlon has inspiration. So great. All right, solid turn. It is now the cloud giant's turn. This one, different cloud giant from the one you guys faced and fought, and that Erlon decapitated. Just looks bored. Doesn't do anything this round for it. All right, Lance. It is your turn. What is Lance doing?
Crying.
Crying.
Okay, Lance is also getting off the carpet because the carpet is dangerous and scary.
Yep. I'll also note, and I'm not sure if you were here when you did it, Chance cast Long Strider, so everyone has 10 feet of extra movement. So just FYI.
Okay.
But yeah, so that's just 5 feet of movement, and then racing forward. Awesome.
And then
Go ahead.
we are going to cast Spirit of Death at 4th.
Spirit of Death. I'm gonna put it back on the screen. There you go. Should be
And that can go 60 feet, so he'll put
Yeah.
it, I think.
Yeah, you should have the control of the token, so move the token.
Yeah. Okay,
And
he'll
then how
put
much
it.
hit points does it have? 40 plus. What spell are you level are you casting at? 4th?
At 4th, just 4th.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
it's
then
got
40 hit points. Okay. I'm just adding the hit points right now.
Yeah, so he's gonna cast it right in front, or right here between these two.
Okay. They'll have to make a turn save on their turn. the beginning of their turn. So great.
Yep.
All right. That's your action to cast, and it's automatically will attack at the end of your turn. Anything for bonus?
Dumping the 3 skellies I have left.
3 skellies or the 3 ghouls? Just want to make sure.
Actually, let's do the ghouls.
Ghouls. Okay. I'm going to drop them right here. Situate them in front of you, like how they would come out for that turn.
That's fine. He would have them come out and stand as a meat wall in front of him.
Okay, cool. Let me just make sure. Give you access to every one of these. All right, perfect. All right. Excellent turn for it. And then go ahead, roll your attacks for the Spirit of Death, whether at the Cyclops or the Fire Giant.
Oh, we're attacking the fire giant.
All right, go ahead. Roll your attacks against the Fire Giant.
So he gets 2, and their spell attacks. So let's do.
One's a miss, but it can't be like disarmed or anything. So 16 is a miss though, as well.
Okay. It's just waking up. It hasn't
Yep.
been used in a while.
Spirit of Death is just waking up. All right, it's a little dead inside. They're this early in the morning.
Yeah.
All right, awesome. Yeah, let's start with Zanny. Zanny, it is your turn. You're the last for the initiative before we go to round 2. What are you doing?
That
You can also control the
hurt.
carpet, mind you.
Yeah. Chance you staying on or getting off?
I don't know.
These things like to target things to fly. I think we might want to just hop on a rooftop and take the carpet out of the equation.
So you guys were just grouped together, so that's an automatic.
Yeah, but giants also do have don't they have that natural hatred? They have a
No,
that's the sand gins.
That was the sand genie that you fought.
Yeah.
These guys you are a perfect target. It's like just right there.
Yeah.
For the lightning strike.
If you decide to get off, just tell him to get in the backpack. He knows what to do. I'm gonna hop off.
Okay. You
And-
hop off. No roll needed because you're just like 5-10 feet off the roof. Go ahead.
And with
And
the
then
long
you have
strider,
the long strider.
Yeah, let's see. I don't want to be particularly near a bunch of other people. So I'll get started on my way out. When I get to about here, I'll do my bonus action to mass healing word. Just pop
Mass
out
healing word.
like
Okay.
a giant cloud of like healing gas just puffs out.
Okay. Awesome. So and it gets everyone. So roll the healing.
All right, and that actually gets another. Unless it didn't do. Yeah, it didn't do it again. So that gets another 7 on top of that. So that's 14, 21. Everyone gets 21. back.
Healing. So everyone gets back that 21 healing. Nice.
And that is my final spell slot.
All right. Unless I think do you have any attunement to like the Pearl of Power or anything, or?
I have a
No, never
syringe. I used it between fights to get that spell slot back that I just used.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you're just going pure DPS right now. Let's see.
This one's got the. Is this one technically engaged in melee with the spirit?
Yes.
All right, then that's my guy. I'm gonna whip out Dreammaker for my action and take 3 shots with sharpshooter.
All right. These are all -5 plus 10. So let's roll them one at a time. Roll the first one.
Ooh, that's gonna be bad.
That's a
an
miss.
11.
Bounces off the armor. That is a miss. Bounces off the armor. Because it's -5.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to roll pretty well to hit these things, I think. But there we go.
That's a hit. Does damage.
And it's got somebody engaged with it, so this will have sneak attack
Yep.
too.
Sneak attack and a +10 damage to it. So that will be 31 points of damage. Nice. Just graze a hole through its like forehead a bit. The other two were like trying to find weak points in its armor, but it has heavy armor. Like this is
Yeah.
like refined plate armor for it.
I get 5 more feet, and I'm gonna take it because I want to try to make sure we're not lined up here. Okay,
All right.
that's it for turn.
That's it for turn. Great. Let's go then next to the top of the round. We are in round 2. Erlon has that Bardic Inspiration die. Let me see. Where is he going to go? It's 50 feet of movement. Does he want to try? Let's go north, straight, or south. South has a couple of people, so it's either north or straight at the bad guys. He will go running forward and then Misty Step and engage this fire giant and immediately start attacking it. So let's go with Erlon's first attack. He is going to reckless attack these so that he gets advantage. And he is going to be using Legend Carver because he doesn't want to use the fire axe against a fire giant. So let's go with advantage. First one's a 27 to hit, does 10 slashing damage with Legend Carver. Awesome. And he will, as he's slamming it, he will use his attack on it. Let's see, what was that? Let me just pull up to the sheet. Yeah, he will try to break the armor. So the giant must make a DC 15 con save or take a -3 AC penalty. So let's see. Con save. Hopefully rolls low. Nope. Rolled fine for it. So that does not break his armor. Let me just double check this. Yep. Keep doing that as many times as you want, but it only affects it once for that enemy. So he'll do a second attack. Legend Carver. Attack again. Reckless. So it's fine. Advantage. 28 to hit, doing 8 damage. We'll also try to break it again, so the hill giant needs to, or sorry, the fire giant needs to make another con save. Nope. And then Erlon is going to action surge and attack again. Advantage. 18 just barely hits. That is the fire giant's AC. That's 10 damage. Let's see if the giant breaks armor. Close, but no cigar. And then last attack from Erlon. Again, with advantage. 26 to hit, doing 14 damage. One last attempt to break the armor. Nope. So the Giants rolled really high. But still, he did 14, 24, 32, 42 points of damage in one turn against the fire giant. So,
Are those
not bad.
Are those the Battle Master moves that he's using to try to break armor?
Oh no, that's his actual ability that Legend
Oh
Carver has.
dang! Okay.
Yeah, he just never uses it, so that's why I'm like, I give the abilities, and you guys use your however way you want. So
I don't think I've ever used my twin spell. I just forget it's there.
I know that's why I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna tell you how. Oh yeah, by the way, use this special ability I gave you to win. But yes, Legend Carver, it has the ability to break armor once on an enemy, but it can be used multiple times on each enemy for it. But it doesn't stack for it. Got it. All right. So, with that being said, that is Erlon's bonus action was the Misty Step movement and action, and whatchamacallit, his action surge. So he is good unless someone else wants to cast haste on him. But with that in mind, let's go to Chance. You're up before the giants start doing things. What's Chance doing?
Okay, I'm gonna try to take. Okay, it's gonna be the easiest to take these two out of the fight. Even though I know they're the closest ones, but I'm gonna cast Hypnotic Pattern.
All right.
Here.
Wisdom saves. So let's go first to the Cyclops. And that is, let's see what it rolls. That's a 0. A 0 with a -2. I'm just going to take a snippet of this because I love when I see zeros or negatives.
Yeah.
Because those are fun. You get them so rarely for it. But anyway, 0. So that one is just goes with its one eye. Let me put a little pink dot on it. Let me do the fire giant to see if it falls victim to the hypnotic pattern. That is a 20, so it saves. All right.
I will go ahead and slippery north that.
Okay. Let's roll again. Wisdom save. That is a 5. He almost does it. What do you scream to make it concentrate at the colors?
Look,
Ooh, shiny.
Look. It's like not looking. You're like, look up, I said. And then his eyes dilate like a cat. All right. There we go. So that's awesome. That is your action, your reaction as well. What is your bonus action and or movement?
For the moment, and since I've already used my reaction, I'm going to take the carpet and move back a couple feet, and then down below the
Behind
roof line, so nobody can
Gotcha.
see me.
Oh yeah. So you're hiding. You cannot see anyone. No one can see you at this moment.
And I don't have a reaction, so there's nothing I can help you guys with anyway.
Yeah, that's clever. That's fine. Before you go down, do you use any bonus action for any inspiration?
I used a lot of them last time, so I'm keeping that for now. And oh yeah, advantage from the barb. I'll give it to Danny.
Yep. Great. So that way she can get that sneak. So awesome. All right. Solid turn chance. It is now the storm giant. Let me see if he gets back his ability to throw another lightning bolt. He does. Okay. All right. Who should he target? 1, 2, 3, 4. Lance, you are with the group. Yeah, it makes sense. Lance and Skellies or Ghoulies make a dex save as he hurls another lightning strike at you.
Did I get a sheet for the ghouls, or are we just using the ghoul stat block?
Ghoul stat block.
Okay.
He speaks the name of his god, wishes for war and this world to burn, and before his the wrath of the god. You don't understand a word he is saying because he's speaking giant, but you know that he is calling, beseeching the endless war, the scion of his ancestors, as he believes. A lightning bolt is brought down into his hand, and he hurls it right at you, Lance. You and the other well, let me roll for you. Yeah, all of you take 50 points of lightning damage.
Well, the ghouls are dead.
Yep, they are blasted apart. How is Lance?
Oh, I thought you said all of us is in the party. I was like, holy
No.
I
Yeah.
was like, God damn, dude.
DC 17 dex save and 50 lightning damage. So yikes.
Lance just looks at him with his hair sticking up and calls him a bitch in Dwarven.
In Dwarven. All right. That giant just that's the second time, just grabs it and throws it, grabs it and throws it, and then just lifts up the sword and puts it on his back, watching you all fight and battle. All right. The fire giant, this one is incapacitated. I don't think if he's incapacitated, he needs to make that fear check, if that's the case.
No, because that wouldn't do anything else to him.
Yeah. So this fire giant will attack Erlon. So let's see. It has advantage because Erlon reckless. So 1 and 2. 23 and 30 hit. That is a total of 68 slashing damage, halved to 34 because he is a barbarian. Ooh, Erlon's hit points is 69. Nice.
Nice.
I'm very disappointed in all of you, by the way, and myself. Yesterday
Why?
was the 9th of June, and nobody made a nice joke in chat at
At
all.
Oh. Missed
So yeah,
opportunity.
that's just the one fire giant's turn. Cyclops is also incapacitated. Hill giant guy. All right, hill giant's gonna go and just like annoyed, climb up 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, gets right up to you, Kadir, and is gonna swing his club 2 times. 1 and 2. 14 and 19. Does the 19 hit?
No.
Okay, you dodge out of the
Yeah.
way and you take the second one with your armor and you stagger a bit, but it does not dent nor does not do anything because your armor is magical. So no damage from this turn from the hill giant. All right. Speaking of which, Kadir, it is your turn.
All right.
You can hear the roof starting to creak and crack as there's 2 giants and lots of people. But-
He just like he staggers, but he shakes off the hit from the giant. And he's just like, literally fuck off right now.
All
And
right,
he
it
runs over to
does-
the edge of the roof.
Get attack of opportunity.
Yeah, he's gonna
19
take
again, so that's another miss. He just and misses and
it.
breaks
Or-
parts of the
actually, I
roof.
can't move the
And
for
go
some
ahead,
reason.
take your attacks.
I'm gonna use my bonus action to do the guardian. What's the defensive shield and give myself some temp HP,
All right.
and then I think I'm too far still to cast anything at the storm giant, so I'm just gonna take 2 more shots at him.
All right, at the
Try
storm
and
giant.
get his
Go
attention
ahead.
and piss him off.
22 hits with 15 damage
15.
and 15 misses. All right.
That's it for me.
You see, he looks annoyed. He looks at the cloud giant and just indicates with his head towards you. Alice, it is your turn. You just saw Lance take a lightning bolt or lightning strike, and you just saw a bunch of giants are incapacitated, and some of them are starting to get on the roof. What are you doing?
Really hoping that that was my story where I get to Misty step away, but it's not. So instead, which one of these is incapacitated? Is it the pink cyclops down here?
Yep, the pink cyclops and the fire giant.
Okay. Um,
If you attack them, they are no longer incapacitated. Then.
Yep.
no, I get that. My map has just disappeared entirely, so I'm gonna refresh it.
Oh, okay.
I could see the square of a roof that I was on, and then I tried to move it to find the fire giant, and he was just gone. But there he is. All right. I am going to incapacitate this guy. I'm going to use Aisha's story, and they have to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Let's see. That's a 6.
Okay, so they fail.
With a -1, it's a 6.
Fuck me. He takes 9 psychic damage, and he's incapacitated until the end of my next turn. No, sorry, it's next turn.
Okay. The end of his next turn, so he's just like, oh.
Yes, he's been very beguiled. And I'm going to get more towards the, like, right back here. In the event that I need to jump off the roof should it cave in.
Okay.
Yes, yes. So, Chance, get ready to catch me if I have to jump.
Just.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm probably within falling distance. Like, I'm just under the roof line.
Yeah. You could just see like the top of her horns from where you're at.
Perfect.
So awesome. All right, that was your action. Anything for bonus act? Oh no, that was the story. So you're good.
Yes.
All right. It is the Cloud Giant's turn. The Cloud Giant just goes 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Let me just double check his movement speed. 34, 40, 35, 40. And right there, he has reach with his Morning Star. He's going to attack you, Kadir, twice. 1 and 2. 22 and 31 to hit. You take a total of 40 damage. 19 on the first one and then 21 on the second as this giant morning star batters your head.
Damn.
All right. That is the Cloud Giant's turn. Lance, you are up.
Well, we're going to see if this works. Lance is going to run under this guy's feet.
Okay. He
'Cause
is
I
floating,
assume-
literally just floating up in the sky, so you could just like jump down and there's a wall in front of you. Unless you're jumping on the wall and then jumping Assassin's Creed style forward.
Yeah, Lance wants to be on the center of the wall, like on the gap.
Okay, you could
Where
definitely
the-
do that.
like, the line is in the
I'll
middle.
just say make a acrobatics check. I'll say DC 13 because this is like parkour. You make it. Awesome.
And he does an extra flip in there just to look cool.
Not a flip, you do a spin, I'll say. With an 18, I'll allow a spin in the air. Parkour.
His cape of billowing is fine because I totally forgot I had that.
Yep.
It's
Cool. So
billowing.
he lands right there under, well, by the giant,
There.
whatever.
There
Yeah.
you
And he's gonna just look and he's gonna be like, bye. And he's casting banishment at 5th level, and he's gonna hit the cloud giant and the storm giant.
go. Okay, let's see if this works. Your spell save is what?
19.
19. All right. So first things first, Cloud Giant. Let's see if he makes it. That's a 23 charisma save. And then the Fire Giant.
No, the storm giant.
Oh, the Storm Giant. Okay. Never mind. Let me re-roll that for the Storm Giant then. Okay. They have a +9. Let's see if it works. That is a 15. Okay. Storm Giant's banished. I'll just put him in the GM layer. And the Fire Giant you said is the other one?
The cloud giant that I'm
Cloud Giant.
standing under.
So then the Cloud Giant survives past because that's a 23 for
Okay.
it. So Cloud Giant's eyes immediately look wide as he sees the Storm Giant banish, and you see his ire goes directly towards you now.
Lance just looks up at him and flips him off.
He does not look amused, and his sharp fangs are showing as he is ready to perhaps eat you.
Perfect. Bonus action. Spirit of Death is gonna come over and smack him in the back
Okay.
with
great.
advantage because he's
You
not
have
paying
advantage
attention
'cause
if we have
flanking.
flanking.
Go ahead. Yep.
Spells.
There's a nat 20 in there.
Perfect. And a
So
28's the other one.
Yep. So both hit. The first one is like it's on an automatic +8, I believe, plus your spell modifier. So just roll the damage, and then we'll add a +8 to it.
Yeah, where's that spell at? There it is. Okay.
Man, with a +9 charisma save, the Storm Giant still rolled a 15.
So there's
Alright.
for the two. So
8
and-
plus 8 is 16 for the crit. And then 6 for the second one.
Yep.
They're fang. Kadir, I mean, when I look at that picture, I think I see fangs. I mean, those.
cloud giants have some gnarly looking teeth.
Yeah, I mean,
Are
I
they?
could see
Oh.
why you think those are piercings because they kind of like I can see them as piercings, but I
They
kind of
look
see.
affluent. They've got all the jewelry.
Yeah, it
But
could go
maybe
either
they
way.
are fangs.
Yeah, I'm gonna say they're fangs.
they're-
You're not
they're-
wrong, but I'm
all
just
right.
saying. For
Hold
mine,
on,
they're-
hold on. We are all 2000s kids. That is a grill. It is both. It is a piercing on their teeth.
If you say so.
That makes sense. He's got two silver. They don't actually have fangs. He got silver
He got
implanted
silver
fangs,
grills
right?
put in.
Awesome.
Kasad, do you remember that song?
I do.
And that was Lumi had forgotten about that song. Alice had forgotten about that song and just was reminded about it.
Yep.
I saw it on her face.
Yep. All right. And amazing turn there, Lance. You swung for the fences and you hit at least one of them out of the park. So
50 is better than nothing.
exactly. All right. You got it out for at least one turn for it. Zanny, bringing up the rear. What are you doing?
Alrighty, I'm gonna move up here, get a little more centrally situated. Let's see this guy blink out of existence. That's
Yep.
and these guys are just these guys down here are just pretty
Yeah, they're
lights
just
and colors.
completely.
This one's kind of doing pretty lights and colors, and this one's fighting red, so it might as well be doing pretty lights and colors.
Yeah.
Uh,
He did take Erlon did take a big amount of damage. He could probably take 2
Yeah.
more rounds, but then he'll be out.
yeah.
And Lance
I'm-
is doing Lance things, insulting the one in front of him.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's. I'm kind of worried about what's about to happen to you.
Let him swallow me.
See what happens.
Yeah. We're gonna try to. You know what? No, we're gonna make this guy get everybody ganged up against him. So I am gonna take my. I'm just gonna. Technically, it's not casting spell using that one. Okay, I'll just unload on him with, because I have advantage on the first shot. I'm gonna take my shots on this fire giant in the back.
All
That
right,
rides
go
on.
ahead.
We'll
Roll
start
away with
with-
advantage. So let's see.
Sharpshooter, by the way, before I forget.
Okay, all these will have -10 plus
Whew.
5. Or sorry, -5 plus 10, and that is a miss. Just
I'm
bounces
glad
off
I
his
rolled
armor.
advantage because that would have been a net 1.
Yep. So that's the first one's a miss. The next one is a straight roll, but you'll still get sneak because of Erlon.
There we go.
21 is a miss because of that -5.
Sheesh.
18 AC. So
There we go.
roll 31 hits, and this will be a +10. Well, technically 26 because of the -5, but 36 points of damage. Awesome.
Let's see.
And-
Bonus action. Do I wanna? No. Yeah, actually, you know what? Because before we came here, Red and I swapped items. I gave him my ointment. He gave me that syringe back. So I'm gonna take my bonus action, stab myself with that syringe,
Okay.
and
You
use
pass
Cure Wounds on
Cure.
myself.
There you go.
And I'll use 3 charges so Cure Wounds at level 3.
Nice. Roll the healing. There we go. 35. Nice. That's 2 8s in there. All right. So awesome turns there, Zanny. Let's go to round 3 then. Erlon is up. Erlon's gonna take his swings for things. So let's go with Erlon. He is going to reckless attack again and use Legend Carver. So let's go with the first one. This is advantage. 27 to hit, doing 12 damage. And he's gonna try to do Armor Breaker again. Con save. 12. He breaks the armor, and it takes a -3 to it. So instead of 18 AC, it is now 15 AC. As a huge gash comes across the armor for it. Erlon grins and is going to strike again. And that is going to be 20 to hit, doing 16 damage. And then bonus action, attack again. 16. Just because he did that legend card, that crack, it hits, doing another 9 damage. And there we go. This fire giant's not looking, it's looking like a quarter of the way, and now has a giant crack across its chest for it. All right. Chance, you are up.
Okay. I am going to use my That's my movement and my action. It's diagonally move that way.
Okay. That's just weird.
Um,
It's like a weird line, and then it's showing your token move each step of the
Yeah.
way.
I was trying to do the thing where it measures and moves,
Yeah,
but it was just giving me like every 5 feet. It was giving me the number and not the like entire way. I think maybe I didn't have to hold it. Maybe I just press it. Anyways, it doesn't matter. I made it happen.
Okay.
And
So you go over there, say 5 feet, move and move the carpet up there.
it was 60. Read 75 because I went that and then I angled. But
Say it again.
the carpet actually went on the angle.
Yeah.
Anyways, and then I'm gonna use my bonus action to cast a mass healing word.
All right.
For 9 to everybody here.
Nice, nice. So everyone gets 9 healing. All right. Now is your action to move the carpet with yourselves over there. So I think you're done, right?
Yep.
Awesome. All right. Storm Giant is in a demiplane. I'm just gonna roll to see if he gets his ability back. Or if he comes back. No. All right. It is the Fire Giant's turn. One is incapacitated. The other is gonna then just try to attack Erlon. Fire Giant swing with advantage. 24 hits. Second one's attack. 29 hits. So 25 plus 34 is 59. Halved is 30 points of damage to Erlon. All right. That is the end of its turn. Cyclops is incapacitated. Hill Giants are This one does end with the end of his turn. Does go back to normal with it, but that is the end of his turn for it because of Alice's spell. So he kind of like wakes up from his stupor and is angry. By the way, just as a quick thing, is it Chance? Are you? It looks like your numbers, at least for me, are still on the screen.
I had to refresh.
Refresh? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna refresh. Yeah, that was weird. Let me look.
That's not on my screen.
Yeah, probably mine.
I had him too.
It fixed it for me after refreshing.
Yep, I refreshed it. We're good. We're good. All right. So there's that. That was that Hill Giant. He is now no longer there, and he is kind of in front of you, Chance. So, but he's also upset at Kadir and then Alice for being the one to cast it on him. So we'll see. But Kadir, you are up. What are you doing?
Cool. I am gonna. I can't tell what this hill giant's the cloud giant. I can't tell what he's wearing, but if he has any metal, I'm casting heat metal on him.
He does have metal, like on his belt and on his things for it.
He's
So-
got that bangle on his arm.
Yeah, as well. So
Yeah, let's do the bangle on his arm. We're
Cool,
gonna cast
cool.
heat metal on that.
Not on his
Con
grills
save.
and his teeth.
Well, are they? Do we decide if they're actually metal teeth?
I'm saying they're fangs.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna say what I said for that, and yeah. All right, he must make a con save, just so that he doesn't have disadvantage because he's not dropping it. Yeah, 29 con. He's doesn't suffer the disadvantage, but still takes the full damage of 4. All right.
Yeah.
let's
Well,
continuous.
is it a? I think it's a Constitution save to see if they. Maybe not. I can't remember.
No,
how that works.
they automatically take the damage, and then if they choose to,
Oh, okay.
or they can't let go of the item they're holding on to, they have to make the con save, and if they fail the con save, they take disadvantage on all their actions for the next turn.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
So the damage is free. There's no save on the damage. They take that no matter what.
Cool.
Exactly.
Yeah, he
It's-
just points
it's
at
one
it and goes burn.
It's one
And
of the few
then-
save and suck spells.
Save and suck.
And
There you
then
go.
As a bonus action, I'm gonna have Theseus run up here and shoot him with a little beam out of his mouth.
All right, is it firing at the hill giant or the cloud giant?
The cloud giant. I'm trying to
Cloud
focus
giant?
on the cloud giant.
Okay, go ahead, roll your attack.
to
18 hits,
hit.
roll damage.
I love how it exits the stat block for the thing as soon as I cast an ability.
Yep. And yes, the dog blasts with the laser, does 4 extra damage. Nice. Just
And that'll do it.
awesome. All right. Alice, it is your turn. What are you doing?
I'm going to cast. Yeah, I got spell slot. Phantasmal Killer on the Cloud Giant. Big boy. Big man.
Okay, intelligence saving throw. Let's see. What's your spell
It's
save DC?
wisdom. It's wisdom.
Oh, wisdom. Okay.
Yes.
Apologies. What's your spell save DC?
17.
It rolled a 17.
I still have rebarbs.
Okay, needs to re-roll again. 18. So it takes still the 17.
You're a horser. Yeah, okay. It doesn't say it.
It takes
Doesn't
half,
take
I
the-
believe, and then that's it.
No. It doesn't say it takes half.
Oh, then it doesn't take any damage.
Yeah, it just says the target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or take 4d10 psychic damage. On a successful save, the spell ends.
Yep. So that's it. Does not. It shakes
Ah,
its head,
I
not being.
was making food. But I will not silvery barbs. I will do the bard thing.
Cutting words.
Yes.
Okay.
So-
There we
And,
go.
and since it was a 17 and
Yep.
her thing is 17, it
Yep.
doesn't matter what I roll.
So it doesn't matter. But what does Chance say as her cutting words? What? How does she insult it?
Just like asshole and infernal.
There you go. That's it. I'm a man of simple needs. Curse words are fine. All right. It fails. Takes the damage. What's the damage? 23. And it is terrified, or it is frightened during its turn. Let me mark frightened. And it takes the 23 psychic damage. Awesome. All right. Solid turn there, Alice.
DM,
Yep.
since you make us say our cutting words and stuff, what's this giant's worst nightmare?
So this cloud giant's worst nightmare would be entombed in the earth, unable to move. It is claustrophobia.
I feel like that's a lot of people's worst nightmare. That's pretty valid.
And it is a cloud giant's worst nightmare because they are living in the clouds. They can walk and fly and everything. That the opposite of its daily life is its fear, being entombed. So there you go. All right. Cloud Giant's turn. It has to make that save at the end of its turn. It's still frightened. It's still going to attack Lance while frightened because it wants to free his master. So these are going to be attacks with disadvantage. Has 2 attacks. Here's the first one. 29 and 28. That hits. 17 damage to you, Lance. And then second attack, also with disadvantage.
Is he punching me or biting me?
He is slamming his Morning Star.
Okay.
So second attack, let's see, a 22 and a 23. So that still hits, doing 19 more damage. So that's a total of 36 damage this turn. You need 2 con checks. You basically need to not roll 2 nat ones. You're good. All right. The Cloud Giant's gonna look and order the Fire Giant kill. Well, you don't know what he says because it's not. None of you know Giant, but he basically shouts something at the Fire Giant. All right, Lance. It is your turn.
Cool.
Oh, let me roll for it at the end of its turn, and it's going to take another points of damage for you, Alice. If it fails, that's another wisdom save. 15. So it still fails. Still takes another round of damage. Please roll your damage. Another 24 points of damage. There you go. All right. Sorry. Go back to you, Lance.
Well. Let's just let's give him a headache.
All right. I'm assuming this is going to be Toll the Dead.
Yeah.
All right. Wisdom save. That is a 19. So just saves. So it takes none of that.
Right.
Because that's a save and suck cantrip. All right.
Uh-huh.
You hear the bong, but it doesn't affect its mind. So that was your action. Anything for bonus?
Yes. The spirit is going to attack him.
All right. You order the spirit to attack. Go ahead, roll the attacks with advantage. All right.
17 and a 21.
Both hit. Roll damage. And an 11. So my 21 total. Nice. All right. Starting to look hurt with things. About half. And that is your turn, Lance. Zanny, it is your turn.
That actually isn't adding, right?
Oh.
That's supposed to be an extra +4 on each of those.
+4, so an extra 8. Okay.
Yeah.
-8. Awesome. Thank you for that.
Yep.
Zanny, you're up. This is round 4.
How far up is the carpet here? Like, how far up away from me is it?
I think. Well, Chance, did you? If you wear back, I would. Well, let me just ask: are you 5 feet off or 10 feet off the roof?
I mean, I'm pretty much just skimming the roof, so
Okay.
Okay, so just
5 feet back.
Yeah,
Jenny
5
might
feet.
have to hop a little bit.
Good
Yeah.
enough. And how bad off are you, Chance? You're pretty hurt, right?
I got a little bit better. I'm at 34. Lance will probably needs it more than me, but
Yeah. Let's see. Can I can. That's a gap there, isn't there?
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Yeah, there's a gap. He's a cloud giant, so he's just floating. But there's like a 10, 15 foot, or I say 15-foot gap for it, which is why I asked for Lance to make that 13
Alright.
AC acrobatic check to jump over.
Alright, I'm gonna try to actually jump over and get to Lance. I have just
Okay.
enough movement with the long strider, so.
Awesome. Roll me an acrobatic check. 13 is the DC.
And Zane just goes running, just muttering, mumbling. Like, as she goes past, you just stupid fucking wizards.
14. You just make it. Parkour. You get on top. Oh, right, I'll leave that. And you're right next to Lance. And what do you do?
Why did you have to pick the stupidest fucking place and stab him with the syringe?
All right, heal him up. And I think that's the last of the syringe.
I am going to use I'm going to use the last 4 charges and burn the syringe out. So,
All right.
4d8
roll
plus
the D-
14, and
roll the
then
D20.
and it does not crumble to dust, but it is out.
Good. It is out for the day.
So
but-
Lance get 36 back,
Nice, nice.
Thank you.
and then I'm just gonna yeah, no, I'm gonna try to get this thing's attention at least slightly away from Lance, and I'm gonna take some shots at this guy.
All right. Go ahead, roll your attacks.
Will I have advantage from where I'm standing, or is it just straight rolls? I'm fine either
It's
way. I
straight
just
rolls
wanna-
because it's not directly forward.
Okay.
So yeah.
All right.
His balls.
And again, just sharpshooters.
Yep,
All of them.
but you will get sneak on the if you hit. But yeah, go ahead. We'll start rolling. 25 hits, get damage, and you got sneak and plus 10 to this.
All right, so this will be 32.
32.
Okay.
Ouch. Okay. Second attack.
Bam.
23, well, 18 hits. Roll damage.
18.
That is
That's
28.
28.
Cool. And then third attack.
Oh, that was almost a 2.
19 hits. Roll damage. That is
22 more.
22 damage.
Alright.
Because 12 plus 10. Awesome. All right. Looking really hurt as you aim at his junk and just start firing away with your Dreammaker. Awesome. All right.
And just as I'm done with that, I just look back and Lance be like, buddy, I'm out. If you have any sense, I'll get your ass out of this fight right now.
Lance just tells you it is mine. I want him to swallow me.
Yeah.
Oh, you crazy son of a bitch. Okay.
All right. It is now Erlon's turn. Erlon's going to keep up the heat against the fire giant, try to take him down. We'll see if it works. Reckless attack advantage. 19 to hit, doing 8 slashing. And then second attack. Nat 20. 17 plus 12 is 29. Awesome. And then last attack. 17 hits, doing 10 damage. All right. And it is barely hanging on. So yeah. All right. That is Erlon's 3 attacks. Chance, you are up. And if you're talking, you're on mute.
Sorry. Okay. How hurt does the fire giant that Erlon has look?
Both of the fire giant looks really hurt.
Kids is like kill steal.
Yeah, the bards are such kill steals.
I mean, you know,
Because you got the fire giant, then the cyclops and the hill giant coming up, and then cloud giant eventually.
yeah,
So.
there's nothing that I can do for the cloud giant, but yeah, I'll just go ahead and yell at the fire giant, like, again, hurry up and die and free up our best guy, our best fighter guy.
No, you got it right the first time.
Awesome. So that's 13. So it gets disadvantage on its first attack and takes the psychic damage. How much psychic damage does it get? 9?
A whopping 9.
All right. Damn. Okay.
Got 1
There we
point,
go.
right?
It's still standing. So.
And then me and the carpet are moving on the other side of Shadir.
Okay. As you move away, the hill giant does get an attack of opportunity because he has reach. So he swings at you and he smacks you along the head with an 18 to hit, doing 23 bludgeoning.
Well, all right.
All right. There we go. It is now the storm giant's turn. Let me roll to see if he gets back his power while in the demiplane. No. Okay. It is now the fire giant's turn. The fire giant is immediately going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And he's going to take his swings at Lance. All right. First attack has disadvantage because of the thing. What's your AC right now, Lance?
15.
Okay, so 17 does hit unless you're shielding. Are you?
Probably should.
Yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay, so it blocks with 17. Now your thing goes up to 20, and it's gonna do its second attack. Straight roll. There we go. 28 to hit, doing 43 slashing.
Well, that seems unnecessary, sir.
All right. That is that fire giant's turn. It is now the Cyclops still there. Hill giant. It's gonna go after one of the bards. Now I gotta decide if it's gonna go after
Stormy
Alice?
comes back.
What was that?
Stormy comes back.
Oh,
Because that's
yes.
43. That's a 22 to save.
Yep. Thank you for that. I just assumed you got it. So Storm Giant comes back, eyes glowing with lightning.
I'm
and
gonna.
rage.
I didn't use my reaction at this time. I'm gonna give you the 6 seconds back.
Okay.
Does that mean I gotta try again?
Yeah. I haven't used my wizard ability in a while.
Does that mean I don't take the damage either?
No, it's the save right now because it's
No, I can either go back before he hit you, or I can go back and let you do the thing. But
That's fine. I'll take the save. Bye.
Yeah, because the 29 comes. Jesus Christ.
Bye.
As you rewind time for it. All right. Because of that, the Hill Giant's going to target you, Chance, and go charging. And is going to jump on the carpet and smack you once. First attack. 17 to hit. You take 16 bludgeoning.
I am unconscious.
And then we'll swing again to smack you for good measure with advantage. That is a 19 to hit. You take 2 death saves automatically. All right. And yeah, that'll be its 2 turn, 2 attacks for it. Kadir, you are up.
Chance, you aren't supposed to be Val this game.
The fire giant. The cloud giant takes more.
Yep.
Fire damage. The damn spell.
All right, another 4 damage.
And then I take 2 shots with the rifle.
All right. Go ahead, roll damage or roll attacks first. 16 hits. Okay, and you kill the cloud giant.
Hell yeah.
Just immediately collapses.
Yep, as he just takes. He
I'll say he
burns him, and
falls.
as he's distracted by the fire, he just takes 2 shots to the head and puts him down.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say he falls
Then-
backward into this like the alleyway for it.
Gotcha.
So that's your first attack. What about your second attack?
Oh, the first attack kills him.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Then the second one is just gonna go to the hill giant right in front of me.
Okay. And that is 19 to hit, 8 damage. Awesome. Okay.
And then bonus action, Theseus will shoot him.
All right. Roll the
Um,
attack.
Six to
Six
hit. Probably
misses.
misses. I'll do it.
All right. That does that. Alice, it is your turn.
All right, well, I'm once again being a useful combat person, and by that I mean I'm going to read this spell one more time. Okay. Let me do a little scooch. I'm gonna do a little scooch. The way up here. And then I'm gonna measure. Okay, I am going to cast... You know what, I never used the spell. I'm gonna cast Bane on those 2.
On which ones?
Wait, if I cast Bane, I'm not technically damaging the Cyclops.
Let me read the spell for the what was it? Hypnotic pattern. Give me 1 sec. So hypnotic pattern says, and I'm just gonna make sure read it very carefully. Yeah, the spell ends for an affected creature if it takes any damage or if someone uses an action to shake the creature out of a stupor. So yeah, you can target them.
Okay, so I'm gonna cast Bane on these two right here.
Okay.
Roll useless, guys.
They will make
Charisma.
saves. So let's go with the Cyclops, Charisma. And then Fire Giant, Charisma. $19 and $23.
I'm just gonna jump off this building. If that's all the same to you.
They're rolling high on their saves against you for some reason.
I know.
And the Cyclops has a +0, and it rolled a 19 on the die. So
Let me zoom out a little bit. Let me zoom out.
okay.
Did I
So that's your
lose?
action. Anything for bonus?
Yes. For bonus action, I'm going to click this, and I'm going to chances out, right?
She is unconscious and has 2 death saves.
All right. Well, let's give her 14 healing back.
All right. You clutch your talisman and you point forward.
She
and-
glows gold a little bit.
Yep. And Chance, you are returned back with 14 hit points, unconscious and prone. Or not, sorry, conscious and prone. So, awesome. Anything
Alice
else?
is yeah, she's just gonna mutter under her breath. I'm going to make them call me a guardian angel.
All right, Cloud Giant is gone. Lance, you're up.
Okay.
A
Lance
hill giant
sees
and a fire giant.
Chance get up, and he's like, "Cool." And he's gonna look at the fire giant that just attacked him and pissed him off, and he's gonna just point at him and be like, "I'll show you, burn, bitch." And so he has to make a con save, or he's gonna start. His flesh is gonna start burning off.
Okay, con save. And whoops, wrong one. Con
He's
save.
a giant. I assume he's gonna pass, but
Yeah, 24. He passes.
Oh, the two guys that are hypnotic patterned were not hypnotic patterned when I went unconscious.
Oh, they're no longer. Wait.
That's a concentration.
Oh, okay. Then they are back to normal. Awesome. All right. And then this fire giant just saved, so that seer does not work with a 24 Lance.
cool. Well, Lance is gonna chug a greater healing potion as a bonus action.
Yep, because you have giants that are waking up right now. The fire giant, and the Cyclops. So you drink that and 14 hit points. Awesome. All right. That being said, it is Zanny's turn. What you doing, Zanny? You have the Cyclops and the fire giant south just woken up.
Yeah. This guy over here, when he knocks Chance out and then just starts bashing the unconscious body, I'm like, oh, abso-fucking-lutely not, and both guns come out.
Okay, just...
So 4 sharpshooter shots all on that guy.
All right, go ahead. Start firing. All right, that hits. Full damage. This has sneak, so 30 damage total. Nice. Second attack.
All right.
19 minus 5 is 14 hits. Roll damage.
Dang, okay. 32
That's
still.
32 damage. Nice. Third attack.
Dreammaker. Last one from it.
28, 23 to hit. Roll damage. 27 damage. Nice. And fourth attack.
Offhand. There it is. Oh, that's not
That
gonna
is
hit.
a miss.
And then, let's see. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna leave her there by herself. I'm gonna take like a step back to get a running start, and then I'm gonna try to rejoin Kadir on this side.
Okay. The reason why I said acrobatics first was landing and staying on the wall.
On the wall.
This one's just
I get
pure
you.
athletics, so I need you to make a athletics check, DC 13.
There is a
If you're
connecting
trying
wall
not
over
to
here.
just
Can she run
bounce.
on that?
Yeah, well, yeah. If you want to do that way, then I will allow it. So yeah, no check needed. You're just able to run alongside the wall.
Okay. Yeah, that works.
There you
then.
go. All right.
Yeah, it's gonna be everything.
Nice. All right, Erlon is next. He is going to attack Reckless. First attack. He's just going to scream, trying to desperately kill this guy. 18 hits, and he does it. He kills the fire giant.
Yeah.
It's the first one, and then he is going to run over, jump, because he has 50 movement speed. Won't be able to get there. Won't get there. Yeah, he's just gonna try to get as close as possible and move this way to fight this next fire giant. Try to intercept them from the group. So that's Erlon's turn.
And he's got the extra 10 from Longstrider?
That was with the thing, 50 total. Yep. Cool. Chance, you are up.
Okay.
You have the hill giant is on the carpet, so you cannot move the carpet with it.
All right. I am gonna close my eyes, and because I don't need to see, and I'm gonna cast. I'm gonna cast Hypnotic Pattern again, and it's gonna get this guy. It's gonna get that guy. The 30-foot cube. And sorry, Alice, you're gonna have to make a save.
Okay. Or just go brain dead, Alice.
What's the what's the save?
Wisdom.
Oh, you choose the stupidest one of us. Me, the dumbass.
I
That's
thought it was
okay.
Erlon.
No, I gave him a whip
That's
point
all
into
right.
wisdom.
I can run over and wake you up once these guys fall asleep.
I got advantage on wisdom saves.
So what's your spell save, Alice? Or sorry, Chance?
It is 18.
Oh,
Okay,
hold on. That's 18.
18. There you go. All right. Wisdom. Let's roll first the hill giant. Hill giant is incapacitated with that. Let's roll the Cyclops. That's a nat 20, so Cyclops is not. All right.
I'm gonna go ahead and silvery barbs that because I know he's not smart.
Jeez, the cruelty
But
with
wise.
things. All right, fine. Let's roll another wisdom. 18.
Oh, damn it.
That Cyclops doesn't want to wake and do anything. So there we go.
Oh, fine.
So you close your eyes. Oh, wait, Theseus. Theseus must make a save as well. So,
No, he doesn't. I went. It's a square, and I went from.
Gotcha.
It's from the court. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Anyways, it was from the far corner of this guy.
Okay. Cool.
Anyways, but
okay. All right. Anything for bonus and movement?
Yeah, I'm gonna move over here and wake Alice up.
Well, that was your action to cast the spell, so you can't.
Do I have to use my action? Yeah, okay, never mind.
She made the save too, didn't she?
No, she didn't.
Yeah, she made the save.
Yeah,
she's not...
she threw her. Yeah, she rolled 17 and threw her amulet
okay,
for
then
plus
never
1.
mind. You could have still pre-barbed the ogre.
We haven't come back.
No, you haven't come back to your turn.
We haven't come back to my turn.
Okay.
She's silvery barbs. somebody else.
Yeah. Speaking of which, who are you giving the advantage to? Chance.
I guess I'll give it to Kadir.
Okay.
I think give it to Kadir. Yeah.
Cool. And then anything for bonus?
Nope.
Okay. It is the Storm Giant. Let me just roll to see if he gets his thing back. He does. Excellent. All right. Fire Giant's turn is going to just engage Erlon, climb up, and he's going to smack Erlon. Erlon did Reckless last time, so Fire Giant first attack. 21 to hit. Doing 26 halved is 13. And then another Great Sword attack. 24 to hit, doing another 18, which is 9 damage. All right. Cyclops' turn. You just did that and repeatedly, so the Cyclops is going to go charging at you, Chance. Let me put this to the front, and he's going to take his first swing at you. Great club attack. That is a natural 1. He's going to use his reaction to not
What's the
lose his
one thing
club.
it doesn't hit me?
Yeah. And now he's going to
Probably
take
still does. What's his plus?
his... And natural 20. Doesn't matter because you're just going to go unconscious. So 26 plus 3d8 is what?
Doesn't matter. I'm unconscious again.
24 plus 26, like 50 points of damage.
It
He just-
doesn't matter what the damage is. I am unconscious. He only needed to do 14 damage.
Yep. You are knocked unconscious right in front of Alice. The Hill Giant wakes up. Okay. So, that happens. That is the end of the Cyclops turn. Okay. Does it go after... Okay.
It is stupid.
It is stupid. That's something I'm thinking. Is it going to go after the bards, or is it going to go after the Kadir and the small folk for it? I'm going to roll a d20. If it's odd, he's going to go attack the bards. If it's even, he's going to just attack the people in front of him. All right. 1, 2, and 3. Why did I roll a nat 20 on that? Okay, he's going to attack the people in front of him. Let's roll first attack. Kadir, what's your hit points look like?
34.
And Zanny, what's your hit points look like?
I am maxed out currently.
Okay,
84,
so he's gonna
84.
target. He's gonna target you, Kadir, because you look like you are the weaker one for the moment, and he's gonna take a smack at you. That is 14 misses, and then the second one. Oop, did not mean to roll that. There we go. 26 to hit, doing 22 bludgeoning damage to you, Kadir.
Gotcha.
And that is its turn. It is your turn now.
Cool. After that brutal little smackdown that it got me, I do have heals. I think we've got this. I am going to take my 2 shots point blank right up at him, aiming right at the gut.
All right. Fire away.
It's probably a miss.
That is its AC, and you
Oh.
explode its guts and sprays blood across your face, and he crumbles. I'm gonna roll a d4 to see where he falls back.
Oh shit.
1, 2, and 3, 4. Okay.
He's falling on us.
No,
He
he's gonna
falls
fall
back
at
on your
chance.
dog because he rolled a 4.
Damn. The dog has
Theseus.
evasion, if that helps.
Make a dexterity saving throw for Theseus as he falls back just on the dog. I rolled a d4 and hit a 4, so it went in clockwise. Your dog is able to jump out of the way as it falls back
Nice.
and not get smashed. All right. You are covered in blood, but you still have your second
Yep.
attack. Who are you taking?
The
it
second
for?
attack is going into the Cyclops then.
All right. Roll your second attack.
Oh, that was the second attack was a 27.
27
For
hits,
14.
doing 14 damage. Awesome. All right.
And am I the kill stealer? And then bonus action, I'll have Theseus shoot it.
Okay.
Shoot the Cyclops.
Go ahead. Roll attack.
And he
That's
has
a
no
miss.
aim.
All right.
He's brand new. I just built him again.
Yeah, you just give him some grace for it. All right. It is Alice's turn. There's a Cyclops, and Chance is down again in front of you, and you just literally saw a hill giant almost flatten you, but missed. What you doing, Alice?
Yeah, that was kind of rude of him to try to fall on me. I'm gonna pull out my rapier because that's who I am as a person now. And I'm gonna scoot over here, and I'm gonna stab this Cyclops in the calf. We're trying to poke our little rapier right into his calf muscle, and we're
Okay.
gonna green flame blade it if I hit.
Green flame blade. All right. Roll your attack.
I'm gonna use lucky.
Not okay. I was about to say no.
Gosh darn it!
16 hits. Roll
It
damage.
hits? Oh, amazing. All right, so let's see if this rolls everything. It does. Okay, so there's that. Whopping 8 damage, but hold on. It's the first number, the 9. 9 fire
Nine.
damage. Wow, 17 damage, you guys. Coming out hot.
That's still good.
I stab him into his calf muzzle with my little thrusting rapier sword, and the radiant glow of the swords opens up the wound just a little bit, and then just fire pierces through him, and it's just a minor inconvenience, like being bit by a mosquito.
No, it's still definitely a good attack. That would kill a commoner.
Thank you.
What? Anything for bonus actions?
No, I don't have bonus actions. That's not who I am as a person.
All right,
Yeah.
you are done. It is Lance. It is your turn. Seeing which
Okay.
with Erlon. Erlon's looking really hurt, and this giant's fresh. So, but yeah, what you guys doing, Lance?
What spell slots do I have left? No cool ones. Erlon's pretty beaten up.
Yeah, he's at 17 hit points.
All right, fine. I will cast Wither and Bloom on the fire giant.
Okay, fire giant. Let me get the con save for it. Normal roll. That's a 14, so it takes the full damage.
A whole 3.
A 3.
Nice.
But
Okay.
Erlon gets to use a hit dice.
All right, and he can
And
use
then
how
add
many?
just one for this one.
Okay, so that's his hit die will as a barbarian is a d12. I'll just roll this. 1d12 plus his con, which is 2.
Plus 6 from me.
Plus 6. 16. Okay.
Perfect.
Awesome. That's your action. Anything for bonus?
Bonus action. Spirit is going to get behind it and just walk through it because that's what it does.
Yep.
And then now that it has flanking, it's going to do its little smack.
Okay. Go ahead. Roll your first attack. Roll your attacks. 22 hits, 28 hits. Roll damage.
And these have an extra +4 on them. I don't know why it doesn't add it.
Okay, so 10 and 15, so that's 25 damage total. Awesome. All right. Solid turn.
And it is going to haunt the fire giant.
All right, and that's a wisdom?
No. That's on its turn. It has to make that wisdom save.
On its turn. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, or be frightened.
Cool. Zanny, you are up. You have 2 fresh enemies left, and at the top of your turn will be round 6.
Yeah. Oh. They're just taking turns beating on the bard.
Just it's beating on the...
Gonna run over here. gonna frisk Chance down for one of her healing potions and then pour it in her mouth.
Okay, you find one, and that is an action that you're doing. Roll the healing die.
2d4 plus 2. Have 8.
All right. Chance, you wake up being fed a healing potion by Zanny. Zanny, that's your action. And what are you doing for bonus?
Yeah. It's about time I use this thing. I'm gonna use my poisoner bonus action. As a bonus action, I can apply poison. You remember that death adder or that adder poison that I got a long time ago? I have the notation for it. Like you gave me the stats for it, told me to keep it. But I'm gonna load that poison I've got on it. It does like 8d6 ungodly freaking damage, and the next person to get shot's gonna have that.
Okay, gotcha. We've loaded that into your the gun for it, so awesome. All right. It is the top of round 6. When it hits your turn, Lance, mind you, that will be 5 turns without the storm giant. So just FYI, he comes back in 5 turns for it. But let's take our break here. Oh, what was that, Lance?
Cool.
You're on mute.
I'm muted. Or does he come back?
We'll see. You don't know. We'll see. But you got 5 more turns without the storm giant coming back, and then doing whatever a storm giant will do. But let's take our 15-minute break here, or our 10-minute break here. So we'll come back and continue with round 6 of the combat. See you all soon. Take care. Welcome to Castles and Calamities. We're an American Dungeons & Dragons actual play web series, currently running 2 weekly games, one on Tuesdays and one on Thursdays. Our shows started streaming in August 2023 and have brought forward hundreds of episodes full of incredible story, memorable characters, complex NPCs, emotional role-playing, and exhilarating combat. We have lore, we have heroes, we have magic, love, and wit. So let's dive in with a little special insight video about Castles and Calamities. Join us as we tell you a bit about our journey, starting with first who we are.
We've gained and lost people along the way, but the 4 of us you hear today are 4 of those who helped create Castles and Calamities and have been here since the beginning.
Gassan.
Brian.
Tim.
And Aaron.
Over time, we've grown beyond the original 4 and currently have 9 players spread out across 2 campaigns. We are a group of friends who started playing during the pandemic. A lot of bad things happened in 2020, but one of the good things that came out of it was the popularization of online campaigns. Our first campaign together started in March of 2020 when several of the original players met through a campaign they found on a Facebook post.
After that game began to fizzle out, we wanted to continue playing together and started our own campaigns. 2 of the founding members acted as dungeon masters, with Gassan starting what would become the Silver Age, and Brian starting a campaign called Singers. They're sometimes playfully referred to as Order and Chaos, respectively, because of their contrasting playstyles. The Silver Age is a direct prequel to the current Tales of Tellos Steam Age, and was a campaign that took place in a fantasy setting inspired by Renaissance Europe, full of mystery and political intrigue, as a group of adventurers journeyed across kingdoms and plains to combat an evil group called the Harbingers. Singers was actually an acronym, which is how Acronymic Adventures got its start, and stood for the Sigil Investigation and Neutralization Garrison of the Extraplanar Rangers. It was a fun and chaotic campaign that had each player play 4 different characters that traveled to different worlds to combat evil. It's not a direct tie-in to the current campaign, but is only a slight crossover reference, as the world of Heptagonia was one of the many worlds that the Singers visited.
As those campaigns came to their end, we realized we wanted to continue their stories and keep having fun together. Not only that, we wanted to bring in new players to expand our stories, and we wanted to stream them so that we could share these vivid worlds with friends, family, and anyone who loves a compelling tale. That's how the initial idea formed for Castles and Calamities, and we launched in 2023 and started streaming our 2 current campaigns, The Tales of Tellos, and The Acronymic Adventures. Gassan, aka Order, runs the Tuesday series Tales of Tellos, and Brian, also known as Chaos, runs the Thursday series The Acronymic Adventures. Currently, we have weekly sessions for both campaigns streaming live on Twitch and uploaded weekly to our YouTube channel.
The Tales of Tellos is a collection of campaigns that takes place on the world of Tellos. It is a large planet with 2 moons and has an extensive history of magic, heroes, wars, and political intrigue. The current campaign is called the Steam Age, and 200 years have passed since the events of the Silver Age. The Industrial Revolution has come to the lands of Eremer, a land of harsh deserts, lush oases, and bustling cities. New innovation and technology is pushing Eremer to grander heights. But for all of Eremer's industry and magics, civil war threatens to tear apart the mystical lands of the Sultanate. Neighboring nations seek to steal her secrets, and an ancient enemy seeks to bring about the end of the world. This is a story of many stories, with heroes, criminals, and travelers helping determine the course of history. The Tales of Tellos is a campaign set in a rich world with deep, expanding lore, complex characters, and of course, lots of actions. It airs every Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time or 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Acronymic Adventures is our other mainline campaign in a separate setting than Tales of Tellos. The current adventure is the Guild campaign, set in the world of Terrasol on the continent of Heptagonia, a continent shaped like a 7-pointed star with a wild creation story involving the literal tug-of-war of the continent by rival dragons. The land itself is ruled by the Adventurers Guild, and the players start in the academy that trains those with talent in an attempt to prevent accidents of unrealized potential manifesting into danger. The land has gone through many catastrophic events and is currently recovering physically, technologically, and socially. But there is always trouble brewing under the surface that sparks many an adventure for those brave or foolish enough to seek it. Guild is a campaign where chaos reigns. Magic, mystery, and fortune are out there waiting to be rediscovered. Are you ready to join the grand undertakings in Land Divided? Join us Thursdays at 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern.
Castles and Calamities is order, chaos, and everything in between. A group brought together by friendship, fun, and a love of storytelling. Both campaigns are expected to last several years, and hope to continue with future campaigns in the same worlds. We'll also be releasing new content, including character interviews, lore, art, game discussions, fan communities, and maybe even new campaigns in new worlds. So stay tuned.
You can tag along on our quests at Castles and Calamities, all spelled out, no spaces, on Twitch and YouTube. Or take the easy route and just click on the links in the description. We hope you feel like a member of the party, laughing, crying, and sharing in all our victories and adventures as you join us on this journey. Welcome to Castles and Calamities.
All right. Welcome back, folks. We're happy to have you. If you're just joining us, great. Welcome. We're right now in the middle of a giant fight for trying to protect the city of Jedna and break the line against the evil giants that are attacking all of civilizations. We're going at the top of the round. This is round 6 with regards to this combat. Let's see how things go. First with Erlon. Erlon is going to attack the fire giant. Doesn't need to what do you call it? He does not need to reckless because he has the flanking from the Spirit of Dead. So he will attack twice with advantage. First one, 23 to hit, doing 15 slashing. Solid. Second attack, another 23 to hit, doing another 15 damage. Then he's going to use his bonus action attack again as a Berserker Barbarian. And let's see how he does with this. 18 just hits for another 9 damage, just hacking away at this fire giant. So awesome. Chance, you are prone. You just woke up from being knocked out a second time this combat. What are you doing?
Okay. I'll stand up and then I will go ahead and I will mass healing word at this level.
All right, mass healing word for 11 healing for everyone. So awesome.
That's a real great roll. 2 1s.
2 1s. Yeah.
I think I can get 11 healing from like.
Yeah. Hey, so every little bit helps. So 11 healing goes around to everyone. Awesome.
And then I would move to the other side for flanking, but you know what? I'm going to let the 2 people that are fighting it move to the other side, so they both get advantage when it's their turn. And because Healing Word was my bonus action, yeah, I'm just going to fucking scream at this thing. Like, not words, just scream of rage.
For the
Vicious mockery.
Vicious mockery. Momentarily become a barbarian for wisdom. Let's see, 7. So yeah, it takes the 5 psychic damage from your scream and has disadvantage on its first attack. So awesome. All right, that is your turn, Chance. Let's go Fire Giant. Fire Giant is going to attack. He must make a wisdom save first to not be frightened. What's the DC for it, Lance?
19.
It just made it, so it is not frightened for it. So it is going to turn around, did not like that. It's just going to attack it. So first attack is a 22 to hit, doing 30 slashing. Second attack, 27 to hit, doing 31 slashing. So Spear of Death goes poof. All right. He will then go 5, 10, 15. He's actually going to climb out and out of range for Erlon. Erlon gets an attack of opportunity, and he will reckless it. 23 hits, doing 10 slashing. And he's going to try to break the armor again for it. So con save. Straight roll. Nope, 26. So let me just do the math one more time. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and how much moves me? 30. Yeah, 30. All right. That is the Fire Giant's turn. It is now Cyclops' turn. You shout at it, Chance, and it's just going to try to swing at you again. Disadvantage. 13 to hit. What's your AC?
13.
That just hits, doing 17 damage on your head.
You know, wait, hang on. Let me check if I. Yeah. You know what? I'll shield.
Okay, you shield and it blocks, and then it's gonna do its second attack on you. Straight roll. 27 to hit, doing 18 bludgeoning damage. You're just barely standing with 1 hit point left. As it just like roars back and just tries to just smack you twice, and just by a thread with 1 hit point left, you survive the Cyclops' onslaught. All right, Hill Giant is gone. Kadir, you're up. And you have advantage from the silvery barbs that Chance did last turn. Kadir, you there?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. Gotcha.
Let me think here. I'm just gonna shoot the Cyclops like I've just been focusing on.
Okay.
Let's say nat 1. I love it.
Ooh, that would jam, but you have a magical weapon, so you don't have
Yep.
to worry. Roll your second
And
attack.
second shot.
Roll your second attack. 22 to hit.
10.
Hits, doing 10 piercing.
Sweet. And then Theseus is gonna shoot him. And boom. Nat 1.
Nat 1.
Yeah.
These rolls.
I know.
So, okay. That's your turn. Do you want to do any movement?
No.
Okay. Just stay by there, so that's fine. Alice, it is your turn. You're on mute. So just unmute.
All right, there's someone next to this guy. We're gonna stab the Cyclops again, and I don't even care that this other guy is fire resistant. I get to use Green Flame Blade as God's intended on a second person. So I'm gonna stab the Cyclops in the calf again.
Okay. Are you gonna move anywhere to try to get flanking?
No, but
No,
I just feel like if I do, that I'm gonna have the ire of 2 large beings.
Yeah.
Rather than the ire of possibly only 1.
We'll see.
So I'm gonna just stab this guy where I am.
Okay. Roll your straight attack.
Okay, yeah.
23 hits.
So that's gonna be not great. 7 damage.
7 damage.
And then Green Flame Blade. So the first one is to the Cyclops, the second one's to the big guy. So 11 fire damage to the Cyclops, 15 to the Fire Giant.
Who is immune completely.
He's immune? What a whore. I don't care. It doesn't matter. It still happened.
Yeah, just the green fire on it. A fire giant, big surprise, is immune to fire damage.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. Yeah. It's not about the damage we do. It's about the enemies we made along the way.
Yep, there you go.
Yeah. And that's it. That's me.
Okay. Lance, it is your turn.
All right. I really don't like the fire giant. I was really hoping somebody would have tried to eat me, and I'm very disappointed in all of them for failing to do that.
They want to get you weak, and then to eat you, they need to like chomp on your body for it. So that's more like a finishing move.
I was finished multiple times.
But then you got healed right before it got to their turn, so yeah.
Especially swallowing all that adventurer gear. It's like, when you get like a Dorito stuck in your throat the wrong way, and it just kills you.
Well, I know he's a fire giant, and he may not like it, but he's getting hit with 3 Arctic blasts.
Ooh, insulting it. Fair. Roll your attacks. Miss, hit, miss.
Well,
12 damage. Awesome. All right. Anything for bonus?
He's fire. I think he might understand Primordial. I'm gonna call him a little bitch in Primordial.
Yep, you. Strangely enough, does not seem to know that one. As I look at the character sheet, and it only speaks giant, which doesn't make sense for a fire giant. So
Yeah, that is odd.
They literally live in the fire plane. You think they would know?
they, yeah, some live in the fire dominion fire plane, and others live in volcanic areas. Yeah, they really should have that language.
Well, this one doesn't because he's an asshole. Nobody wants to be his friend.
There you go.
Well, either way, he knows. He felt it.
Yep. All right, Zanny, it is your turn. You have Cyclops in front, and a fire giant has just joined the fray. Oh, and also Lance, that is 5 turns, so you have 5 more left to go for the banishment. All right, Zanny, what you doing?
I can't occupy this guy's space, right?
No, you're not a small folk, so
Okay.
would not be able to.
Wanted to make sure. No, I don't. I mean, they're just gonna climb right back up if I buckle the. I had a thought about buckling the roof in, but they'll just climb right back up. So.
Yeah, the roof is creaking because there's 3 giants here, so we'll see what happens. But
Yeah, I'm just gonna crack on. This Cyclops is far too close to everybody that's squishy, and then also Alice.
okay,
Because that girl is not squishy. So we're gonna hammer this guy with 3 shots. The first one is gonna be sharpshooter. It's also the assassin's vine poison.
Yep. So you have to hit. So go ahead and hit. You have to hit a 20 in order for it to trigger. So that is with the sharpshooter. So you have to basically roll 25 or higher on the die.
Oh, and I'm gonna whiff the shot.
And you whiff the shot, unfortunately.
My one and only dose. Well, cool. All right.
All right. That's your first shot. You got your second. 30 hits. Roll damage. And
Just
this
rolling a
is with
ball
sneak.
here.
And then the third one hits as well. So the first one is 24 points of damage. Second one is 31 points of damage. And then
Let's
you anything for your bonus?
No, I mean, yeah, I'll just I'm down to just kind of shooting the guns a lot at this point.
Yeah. And make sure you're notating. Well, wait.
I am.
the ammo.
I'm keeping track of my bullets. It's
Gotcha.
four rounds every. Now I'm taking 4 rounds off every turn because I'm
Yeah.
firing a bunch.
Which is awesome. 21 hits or 16 hits. Roll damage.
Another 21.
19, and you kill the Cyclops. What is Zanny's reaction? She just spins, shoots, and kills the Cyclops.
Just there's no registering. As soon as she registers, the light leaves this guy's eye. She's just immediately locked on the next guy. He's like, all right, you next.
Okay. Awesome. That is your turn. Is now Erlon. Erlon will just make a quick jump. Athletics check. 13 is the DC I have established. And he falls. Misses for. I'll give him the DM inspiration. Actually, no. He'll use the Bardic inspiration that he got way back when, and that is a 3 on the die. So he does make it. Then he goes, and he will attack the fire giant. Reckless attack, Legend Carver. 1, 2, and 3. 26, 28, 28, all hit. 11, 16, 17, 27, 37, 44 points of damage. Erlon just cleaves into it, climbs up, and then just slams his axe onto its head, splitting the skull and slaying the fire giant.
Nice.
It had 42 hit points left, and that was 47.
When did he learn to fly? He can't reach that
climbed,
high.
He climbed up on top of it. So, yeah, he's the slayer of fire giants. All right. We're still technically in combat because Lance, you're still concentrating on the storm giant. But Chance, what are you doing?
She's just standing there.
All right, breathing heavy after everything. Gotcha. Let's go to Kadir. What are you doing this round? We're on round 7 because of Zanny.
Kadir he cocks his gun and then he looks over to Lance. He's like, "What about the last one?"
Mm-hmm. What do you respond, Lance?
Does Lance know if it would come back?
Roll a Arcana check. I'm gonna say this is more obscure knowledge, but let's see. 29. You know that storm giants are native to this realm, so it is gonna come back.
I guess how would I know? I don't know if I would be able to ask that,
So
but
you
whatever.
can tell Kadir that, Lance.
Yeah, Lance will just say it'll be back in 30 seconds.
Ooh, we should probably get ready.
Yeah, let's prepare.
Yep. So Kadir, you're just readying your attack. Great. Alice, go ahead, Kadir.
Well, I mean, if we have 30 seconds, I might have time to do some shenanigans. I don't know.
Yeah, if you want. Well, technically, you have 4 more rounds to do anything each person. Unless, Lance, do you plan on holding it for the full 4 more rounds, or do you plan on dropping it next round?
I figured we were going to hold right till the end so we could get ready and everybody could take a breath.
So we're going to go into a little bit of a time soup. 4 rounds worth of things. So I'm going to go back to the top of the initiative. Erlon is going to just go towards wherever the storm giant was and be ready to attack it. He's going to lose rage, so he's going to have to re-rage again because it's 4 rounds. But he'll do that getting ready to rage once you say you're about to drop concentration.
Can't he just slap himself 4 times?
Someone needs to attack him. Like, he can't slap himself continuously because he has to take some damage for it. But does anyone want Erlon to do anything or heal him before he gets to that area?
I was gonna say, before everybody runs over there, grab the ointments that Brett has on him, and anybody that needs patched up, put a dose on yourself. Because it's like 2d8 plus 2.
I was gonna do another mass healing word for everybody.
Yeah, that'll work too.
Yeah. So do a mass healing word, Chance. Great. 17 healing for everyone again. And then Erlon, looks like Erlon has 1 ointment with 3 charges left. So does anyone want that?
I'll take it.
And I don't think he added the other one. I switched my other one that I had with him gave it to him. It's got 4 more.
Oh, 4. Okay. So then mark
he's got
yours
7.
that yours had only 3 left. His has 4 left.
Okay.
No, his has 7.
Yeah. So everyone's taking a turn. Their full turn, so it's max healing. So that's 18 healing from each ointment. So Kadir, you're doing 1. Erlon will do 2, so he'll get automatically 18 back.
I'll take 1.
You'll take 1, automatic 18 back. And he has 1 ointment left. Does anyone want that or just want him to use it?
He should have 3 left.
He
He had 7. And he used 2, 3, 4.
He had 3 left in his. I had 4 left in mine. And we're going to use them all up, so.
Yeah,
Okay.
so they're separate. So yeah,
Yeah,
he has
yeah.
1 left. I'll say, just because this is going to be a storm giant, he's going to use it. I think he'd be okay with that.
Yeah.
So another 18, and I'll remove that from his inventory.
And I'll empty
All right.
mine out as well.
So that's Erlon Chance. You do that mass healing word. Or are you doing any other thing during the 4 rounds?
No, I'm just gonna move. I'll do this within 60 feet of it. I guess I'll.
And you can pull the carpet. I'd say the group would be able to pull the carpet off the giants if you want to use the carpet as well.
Yeah, I'll probably take the carpet. Because I'm not jumping onto this roof and making it.
Yeah, just slam. Okay,
That
so
should get me.
there we go. That's your preparation spells.
So if
Kadir.
Lance is there, I want to be on the other side. I'll make sure we're not anywhere grouped.
Yeah. Okay. With that being said, Kadir, are you doing anything for the next 4 rounds?
Yeah, I want to. I guess I would have to jump across here, or is this a wall?
This is a walkway. Like you can walk across the. It's like a 1 foot, 2 foot thick wall, so you can technically walk through it slowly without any
Okay.
issue. Or running it doesn't really
Yeah.
matter.
You would just walk over here. I would suggest Erlon get out of the way of where the giant's going to reappear, and then I'm going to use a alchemy jug to create as much oil as I can on that spot.
Mm-hmm.
And then just after I've used up the alchemy jug, I'm going to start shooting around the roof to get it to weaken so it would cave in when he appears on it.
Okay. Roll a good idea. Roll a history check though, or nature, your choice.
They're the same. Let's do history.
Okay. Yeah, you think it's a great plan.
Okay.
So you spread the oil over there. Erlon will take a step back. He'll actually stay right there because the way the giant's gonna appear is like right here, so that when it caves in, he can jump on and keep attacking him.
Yeah.
So great. You spread the oil from your alchemy jug. Awesome. Do you reposition Theseus or keep him there?
I'll reposition Theseus if you buy me too.
Okay. Great. Alice, what is Alice doing in the next 4 turns?
So these dead people on the ground are pretty large.
Huge. Yep.
And they're even laying down quite large.
Yep.
So I'm gonna stand behind this guy over here as my cover.
Yep.
And
It smells awful, but yeah.
That's, you know what? We've grown as people. We only have a handkerchief over our mouth. We're not fully having a freak out. Me and my 300 feet of Eldritch Blast are going to wait for this man to reappear and then safely zap him from over here.
Okay. Awesome. Let's go to Lance. What's Lance doing? Repositioning.
All right. First, he's going to put the 3 skellies that are still in the bag behind where the giant's going to appear.
Where the giant's gonna appear. Okay. Let me put
But behind it. So
yeah. I just made them so like right here. There you go. Go ahead.
Yeah. I think that's where he was.
Yep.
And then I am going to use the Pearl of Power to get a 3rd level spell slot back.
Awesome.
And then do I know if these things are immune to fire damage?
What things? The
Storm giants.
You would not have heard any stories of immunity to fire damage.
Cool.
Doesn't mean it's not, but you've never heard any stories with storm.
Okay. Then I'm going to, if he put a bunch of oil over there, I'm going to hold a fireball.
Okay. Awesome.
From where I'm at. And
Yeah.
the skeletons are going to hold a full attack.
Yeah, everyone's about to get like their ready action attack on this the moment it appears.
Yeah.
All right. And Zanny, what's Zanny doing? Repositioning.
I'm gonna kick off with one of my psychic points to start flying, and I'm gonna be about. I'm gonna be there, but I'm gonna be about 30 feet up, so I've got like a view down and in.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna go ahead and put away the gunblade and put the my new wand of beholding in my offhand, my little snake-headed wand.
Yep.
And I'm going to be readying the disintegration ray for when it shows back up.
So I'm gonna say you concentrate until the very last second, Lance, and that's gonna be then on your turn. At the end of your turn, that's when it comes back. So we're gonna start the initiative basically at Zanny once that happens, because it's the end of your turn. So with that being said, everyone's immediately going to get the attacks of opportunity, or not attacks of opportunity, excuse me, releasing their held action. And let's start with it. So at the end of your turn, Lance, it reappears. He reappears. And let's go with, I'm just going to go through this for it. Zanny, go ahead, release your disintegrate. You must make a dexterity saving throw, correct?
Yeah, dex save DC 20.
DC 20, that's a fail. Roll your disintegration.
That is 10d8 force damage. 65 force damage.
Fuck. Wow. Okay.
Wow.
Boom. Blasts of 65. Erlon is gonna take his 2 swings. I did say he would he would go to the rage for it. So let's do swing attack number 1. And swing attack number 2. 26, 27 hit. So that's 12 and 27 damage. All right. Chance, did you held any action for attacks?
No held action, but I did want to, right before it happened, cast invisibility.
Okay. So you cast invisibility on
I'm
yourself?
just not here.
Okay. Kadir, you shoot your 2 shots. Go ahead, roll attacks.
Yep. Oh, fuck. That was almost a 19.
That's a jam for a moment. Roll a second one. And that's a miss, unfortunately. With a 10 and a 12. Oof. Sorry. Alice, roll your Eldritch Blasts. 21 hits and 18 hits. Roll damage for both. And then 14 misses. 12 and 11. All right. So that's awesome. And Lance, you cast your fireball, and then you'll be able to do your skellies. Go ahead, roll the fireball, or roll the damage for it. It's going to make another dex save.
That's 4 ones in there.
Yeah, and it rolled a dirty 20. So it saves with that. So it takes 11 fire damage. But the oil explodes, and I was going to double it anyway. So the roof collapses. The storm giant doesn't fall because it has a fly speed. But it takes another 11 damage.
Failed that history check, IRL. I forgot they actually can't fly.
Yeah. Storm. They go under the water. They go up in the air. They go on the land. They got all of it.
They're like the avatar of the giants.
So yeah, it just the roof collapses and it just hovers for it, which is why the roof didn't collapse while it was there, is because the cloud giant and the storm giant both have fly speed, so it's they're barely touching the roof.
Walking is beneath them.
Exactly.
All right, and then
and skellies.
Straight attacks.
Yep, straight attacks. Miss, and miss, unfortunately.
Wow.
So
Lawrence is with them, so it happens.
Yeah. So that was the end of your turn. So we go back to Zanny. What's Zanny doing? New turn.
Yeah, that softened the lid up, and let's just see if we can take it right off the jar. You know what? I'm gonna see if I can leave a body behind. I'm gonna switch to just shooting him.
Okay. Go ahead. Sharpshooters.
Yeah, I'll do the first one, sharpshooter. And we'll
So
see
when
how that
you
works.
do sharpshooter, it goes for all of them. So I believe.
No. Sharpshooter is a before you shoot every shot.
Oh, okay.
You can
Gotcha.
go back and forth.
Cool. Then never mind.
Because
Go ahead.
it's the one that just turns on when you turn it on. I think is reckless attack. It's
Yeah,
just,
yeah. That's yeah.
yeah.
Okay, cool. So first one's gonna be right with sharpshooter, so that's a 20 hits. So roll the damage with sneak and plus 10, so 39. Great.
Okay.
All right. Second attack.
Yeah. You know what? We'll just keep firing them off that way.
All right.
We'll just keep giving them. I'm feeling hot.
23 hits. Roll damage.
All right.
19, 29 points. Great.
Last
And third
one.
attack.
Oh no.
14 misses.
Let's see. And then I'm within 30 feet of him. So, oh wait. I've got to be. There we go. I will float over this way. I've got to be 30 feet within both the people I'm helping out. For bonus action, I'll give Erlon Mastermind help action, and I'll just give him advantage on his next attack,
Okay.
like on his first attack next time.
So his next attack right now has advantage. Let's roll for it.
And I'm doing it by just like I'm shouting at the storm giant, trying to get its attention on me.
Gotcha. Well, it looks at you for a moment, and then Erlon smacks it with a 27 to hit. Hits, does the damage. 11. He's going to do his second attack. Nat 20. That is awesome. There's a boom that echoes out of the storm giant as Death Ward goes off. He's still alive for it, but with 1 hit point left.
Wow.
And then bonus action attack by Erlon for a 25. Erlon just jumps on it, smacks its calf, and then climbs up rapidly, just growling all the way up, and just slams his axe, Legend Carver, into the storm giant's chest and slays him as a bolt of lightning from his axe, blessed by honor, just impacts, and the storm giant falls, and Erlon falls with him into the building.
Hell yeah.
Congratulations. Erlon just got all the really cool kills for it. Then you just hear, got him! All right.
Yeah.
With that said, let's just go through everyone's mood as the battle finally ends with Erlon slaying the storm giant. What's Kadir's thoughts? Because you rolled the highest one when you came in. So what's Kadir's thoughts?
He just he watches it collapse down, and he kind of relaxes, lowers his rifle, and breathes a sigh of relief. But he's still wary. He doesn't know where these guys came from, what their plan is, and if this is even the end. So he's kind of looking on the horizon to see if anything else is coming. He's paranoid.
Roll a perception check.
Gotcha. Oh fuck, that really sucks.
you're just focused on Erlon climbing out. So
Yeah, I guess.
sorry. All right. Alice. What is Alice thinking as she sees Erlon kill the storm giant and the last enemy that you're facing right now?
I'm thinking that I really need to call my husband, let him know that I did not kill Steele today, unfortunately. I'm a disappointment and brought shame upon our family.
For not kill stealing.
Yes.
All right.
But no, she's tired.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like we just had that whole month of downtime, but in Alice's eyes, she's been doing this forever, it feels like. It's only been like 3 months, but she feels like she's been doing it forever. So she's just another fight over tired. She feels like Zanny.
Fair, fair. And this has been technically, this is like your 6 month of adventuring.
Oh my
So-
god, she is like Zanny. She's old and tired.
All right. Lance, what's Lance thinking as the storm giant falls?
Bitch.
Hey,
Uh,
that banishment was really good.
yeah, we'd be dead if we didn't do that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then and now he's thinking, cool, toes.
Toes. Great. Do you start to try to harvest them, or do you do it, or are you doing anything else right after the battle has ended?
Lance takes a breath and then goes, all right, and starts going for toes.
All right, we'll roll for that in a moment. Let's see, Zanny. What's Zanny thinking or feeling or doing right after she sees Erlon just go ape shit on the storm giant?
As Erlon climbs back out, it's like, wait a second. Hey, Lance, ain't the Storms the leader of the Munches?
Yep, they're the big boys.
Red, take that one's head. We're gonna put it on Kadir's fucking axe.
I like that.
I will say the head is bigger than like this is like a boulder. It's not gonna
Yeah.
fit on the axe.
Yeah,
No, it'll be even more showy when he shoots it off.
Yeah, that thing's probably like the size of a grown man's chest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's bigger than it is bigger than because remember the giants could literally eat people, so it's bigger
It's a car.
than
It,
yeah.
it's. I will say it's gruesome, but
Yeah, that's
maybe
fine.
we can
Erlon,
use intimidation tactics to get them to just turn around and go the fuck home.
Erlon will groan and go back and start hacking. So awesome. Chance, what's Chance feeling or doing as she's invisible, but senses the battle is over, or sees the battle?
Yeah, she was taking advantage of being invisible and just having a little private time panic attack after almost dying again.
All right, fair enough. And roll me a wisdom saving throw for me. Yeah, you're not doing good. You're not bad because at least a 10. You're not doing good though with it. And Erlon's
But I
talking.
didn't need a roll to tell me that.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 50. Let's see. Lance, if you're gonna start harvesting, I'm gonna need you to roll a survival check.
Anybody better at these than I am?
Me, I think. Reasonably. I got 5.
Okay, I will help Zanny this time.
Okay. So Zanny, roll that survival check. With advantage. Sorry.
I'm gonna be that guy. Can I argue it's medicine since I'm doing surgery? I'm
I'll allow
not
it.
harvesting organs. I'm just taking. I'm harvesting organs basically.
It's just chopping things and seeing which ones
Yeah.
are not damaged, so I'll allow it. It's not like you're skinning, because if it was like that, then it
Yeah.
definitely is survival.
Yeah,
So,
that's
20. Okay. You were able to collect 20 toes. I'll just say 20. We'll add that to the bag and we'll differentiate between which ones are which. All right. With that being said, the battles continue elsewhere. You can see Skender's Guild is prevailing. The mages are blasting with fire, ice, and lightning. The giants' line has broken and they're being pushed back further and further out. Some are making tactical retreats, some are just letting the giants rampage in the streets of Jeddah. Neighborhoods are being broken and trampled and damaged significantly, but the giants are being pushed back out for things. I'm gonna ask, does the group keep fighting and pushing onward, or do you all take a moment for regrouping completely and trying to get a short rest with the army.
I could use a breather.
I have no more spell slots, so
Yeah.
I have one spell slot, but for me, it would be going to wherever there's either the army or refugee and using it to heal 6 people.
Yep. So
And then I'm out for the day.
So completely, pretty much almost completely tapped. You all make the tactical decision of doubling back. You're not going to win if you fight another fight like this in your guys' mind. And even then, these fights you're noticing are rarer amongst things. The storm giants, there's very few storm giants about. Cloud giants, even fewer, just almost like a 1-to-1 ratio. The predominant force across the city are hill giants. That is the number one shock trooper element for the giants, followed by cyclopses, and then medium amount of fire giants and frost giants, and then a rare amount, of stone giants and fire giants. And they get fewer and fewer the more rare and more powerful they are. So there's a lot of hill giants running amok. Fortunately, the army is able to handle them. With the advent of firearms and being coupled with magic, they are prevailing. I'm going to want Deer, since you were the first one to roll this, since you were the first one for things, and the guess, why not? Roll me a D100, please. Seven. This was a time when rolling low was actually good.
Oh.
7 minutes after the group takes that tactical retreat and starts regrouping, licking their wounds, and working with the healing for things, you all feel I should say not you all, the Crimson Peacekeepers themselves feel energy swell in them. Ruby energy starts to arc a little bit off of your bodies, and you feel your hearts racing, pulsating for things. There is a loud rumbling in the sky with things. And you feel as if suddenly all and each and every one of you Crimson Peacekeepers feel like something has shifted in the world.
a good shift or a bad shift?
It feels like for a moment as if there's a sudden vacuum, in the air, like a popping sound as the pressure shifted. But it's not in the air. It's just a presence that was charging, gone unnoticed thus far, charging the air, riling things up, feelings of despair, anger, the metallic scent in the air. All that seems to just shift and kind of disappear for half a moment. And then afterwards, you all, 5 of you, feel a sense of calm inside of your hearts.
They did it.
Is there any reaction amongst the Crimson Peacekeepers themselves with this collective sensation?
There's just a moment where Zandy says out, so this is what it feels like.
All right.
I heard we talk about it in the family. Shit, that's what this feels like.
Yeah. You look up and the dark and cloudy skies seem to ebb away. The clouds seem to kind of dissipate. A lot of the giants make even completely another full retreat for things. And looking around, there seems to be a strange calm around people. People are shocked at the brutality of the attacks. People are angry, weeping for the lost. But there seems to be a collective effervescence across all the mortal races. They don't know. And Zanny, roll a history check for me, please. You as yeah, just Zanny only. Okay, I'm gonna send you a quick message.
We are all dead. What?
And with that, the world ended.
Black hole.
Black hole sun. Oh god.
Fade to black.
Baby time.
Yeah.
These secrets brought to you by Baby.
This is Baby. He is angry.
Thank you, Baby.
He was being a bully yesterday to the other babies in the baby wing at the daycare. He clotheslined a baby, and then he horse collared another baby.
Yeah.
And he also picked up a baby and threw them.
I just sent it to you, Tim.
Nice and scrappy.
Okay,
So-
that's you confirmed my suspicion.
Yep. You share that with the others at this moment, or like decide to do that later?
I think I just start by looking at Chance and go, you should write down everything before you forget. All of you, actually. You might want to start writing it down. There's part of the war's ability to come back is it can make us forget, and it will. That's why my family's here. That's what the Ventera family does. We remember what happened. And it's happening now. I can feel it in the air already. That's Lance, that's what that is. That's the Endless War is going to start making us forget, so that the history can repeat itself.
I will note, this is a good thing, Zanny. It only affects mortals, but not heroes. So you all will remember everything that's going on, but
But
anyone who is not
for the sake of but for the sake of posterity, still.
Yep. Just want to make sure you know, you guys are not going to suddenly forget, except Kadir.
Yeah,
Unfortunately.
Kadir immediately starts writing everything down. First off, starting with family and where his house is and stuff.
Oh, you're not gonna forget all of that. You're gonna forget about the war. You're gonna forget about the important things. Why the war came back. Even if we find out why it came back, how it came back, all this stuff about the harbingers and everything that we've been, this big massive download that I gave you the other day, you're gonna start forgetting things. You're gonna start forgetting that.
Okay.
So
You'll be able to
anything
get
that had to
me spun
do with
up,
this.
right?
What's that?
You'll be able to get me spun up again, right?
Probably not to the point that you have been. Don't worry. It's not debilitating. You're not gonna become an invalid or anything, but it's gonna get harder and harder for you to remember the exact details of what happened here today.
Okay.
It's just you. Anybody that's not protected like we are, we're strong enough that we can handle it. And you, the other soldiers, maybe even as far as Diab, I think he's strong enough to handle it. Maybe he'll remember, but a lot of you are going to start forgetting the details of what happened. You're going to be like, it's going to be 5 years down the road, and you're going to be like, remember that time when? And then you're going to try to start remembering people's names and faces, and they're just not going to come to you.
As that is said, you all continue to do what you need to do. First off, also welcome Erlon. Happy that you can make it.
Hey guys.
You my friend, slayed 2 fire giants and delivered the killing blow to a storm giant.
Oh, you guys did it. That's
This
awesome.
is your character.
And also
so-
tanked a bunch. The man.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
yeah.
took the brunt of the so many fire giant attacks.
That's what we do. That's what we do here.
So, but yeah, with that being said, they just to catch you up really quickly, you just came in after the fight finished, and then suddenly everyone sensed something change in the world, and then there's a calming effect, and according to Zanny, they've won, the Slivers and the Sultanas,
Nice. Let's go.
and now there is a sense that, or according to Zanny, people are going to start forgetting why this happened. Not necessarily the Giants. Giants are going to keep fighting and anything for it, but people are going to forget any mentioning of like the Endless War because of the Endless War's power. And that's when Zanny was saying we need to
Ooh.
write things down. That was when Kadir was mentioning like he's gonna try not to forget. But that just if you're joining it right now, that's what just happened.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yep. Okay. So, really quickly, before we shift scenes with things, just going to go through. What are you all doing before the next things happen in the story? Let's go with Kadir. Kadir, what are you generally doing after you've heard this from the Crimson Peacekeepers? And they're still fighting some on the outskirts of the city, but there's a lot of devastation brought on to Jeddah. What is Kadir doing?
Well, I mean, if the group is all still together, he'd be doing what the group is doing, but he's feeling a little somber about the fact that he's going to forget this, but, and he realizes he's not going to forget his family, he's not going to forget his life, he tells Zani that he's always here if they need help. He would, he doesn't need to remember the threat to be able to stand up for peace in the city.
And I will vastly outlive you, and whether you consider this a boon or a bane, you have made a friend, and I will haunt you for the rest of your living days, my friend. So you ain't getting rid of me. I'll be back around. I live here now.
Good to hear.
And your kids, and their kids, and their kids.
Honestly, yeah. And if
I'll
you need a
raise them to
doctor,
be
I
a
got
little
you there
bit
too.
ankle biters for you.
Ankle biters. Okay.
All right. Kadir, you plan to keep staying with the group and eventually start helping with the army with whatever is needed, fighting some wayward hill giants that don't seem to want to run away, or even a couple of trolls that slipped by into the city. You're able to start fighting them and chase them into the sewers. Let's go then next to Alice. What is Alice thinking or doing? Well, first off, what is she thinking or feeling or doing right after she hears the Endless War has been defeated for the 6th time?
She's stopping her plans to move off planet. She was really getting into those, deciding what her space bedroom was going to look like. Just kidding. Alice has no concept of space. That's really foreign to her and terrified her to death. What she's doing is she has a sending rock thing, and she's going around and seeing if anybody wants to send a message back to the fortress, because she has 10 chances to talk to Bruce, and Bruce can pass anything on to the kids or other people there. So she will tell Bruce that she's alive and okay and that she loves him, but she'll use the other 9 for other people if they would like.
Awesome. Does anyone take her up on that offer?
Zanny will just to let Laura know that I'm fine, and then I'm gonna be okay.
Awesome. All right. So, go ahead, Lance.
Lance has one too.
Okay. I'll say you guys are able to send messages. You guys can use up like 4 or 5 sendings out of that stone, Alice, just like send check-ins and everything for it. What is Alice doing over the next hour in Jeddah, though? Before the next thing happens.
Yeah, so we're staying together and we're going to help people generally, correct?
It's up to you. Do you want Alice to be more helping the wounded? Do you want Alice to be more helping clear rubble? Do you want Alice to try to guerrilla warfare in the like away? You have 300. You have 300 Eldritch Blast feet range. You can be a sniper. Or are you just like trying to just like talk to people and or the like Arif Diab or things?
Oh my god, is my friend here?
Yeah.
Holy shit, I'm gonna go look for her. What's her name?
You forgot her name.
What's her
Let me
name?
pull her up, the backstory information, Alice's characters, and that would be Kaya.
I knew it started with a K, but I was like, Kira?
Yeah.
I don't remember. Yeah, so I'm gonna go make sure Guy is still alive.
Roll a D100 to whether or not she survived or not.
Do I want to roll high?
I'm not going to tell you.
Okay, well, let's hope I don't need to roll high. Oh, a 41's actually pretty good for me. Not for her, but good for me.
She is alive. She got hurt a little bit, but she is alive.
Perfect. I guess I'll use up another one of my spell slots because I sent a sending, I'm sure. So I'll use the second one to ask where she is.
Yeah, you're able to locate her. She's in a camp. Her home. She has a broken arm, but that's fine. It'll eventually be healed either by the clerics or just with things. She's kind of sad or devastated, really, because her home got demolished, and she just got pulled out of the rubble and everything. But she's alive. That's what's important.
Are we still collecting strays for the fortress?
That'll be a conversation you're gonna have with the others.
Another stray dog.
All right. Let's go to Lance. What is Lance doing? Well, first off, what's Lance feeling or thinking after that he's heard the Endless Four has been defeated?
Lance is doing what Zanny said, even though you said we made he's actually taking some notes.
Okay.
About things.
Yeah.
And when he has time, he's going to sit and compare his notes to the journal from his grandfather or great grandfather.
You would note there's no reference from your great grandfather about anything that happens after the Endless War because he never saw that happen.
Right.
But you're still reviewing things and everything. So I'll say then this next hour is more research based for Lance. Cool.
Yeah, his sending though that Alice send is to deceit, right?
Deceit, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Alice have Bruce tell Deceit that he better have finished his chores and he needs to go make room in the cold room because we have a bunch of giant toes coming in.
Alice passes that on, but she says it. Bruce, go tell Deceit that Lance is the worst and is bringing him specifically toes home to put in the freezer.
Oh, all right. I'll tell the lad.
Lance, you're not nice. You're not nice to that boy.
I'm helping him become a man.
What kind of man? Like a man who puts toes in freezers and has a questionable moral compass because you beat it out of him with hard labor.
A man that's gonna grow up
wizard,
and pay me a lot of money to fix him.
Oh, okay, like a perpetual business model for Zenny. Nope, I see what you're into.
Yeah, I can see what he's doing. He breaks him up, hatch him up.
All right. With that, Zanny, what is Zanny's feeling right after the Endless War has been defeated, or her thoughts?
She takes a couple of, she grabs the last, while she's like taking a minute to breathe. Like, she's healthy, but she's fully spent every other way. So she's just like trying to take a minute to breathe. And she has a thought and takes out the last of her grandfather's books and starts looking through the back, and then flips to the end of it, and like where there's like the like extra blank page that's left at the end, and she's putting her own notes about what happened after this time after it.
Okay, awesome. That's gonna take a little while, so that does your 1 hour for things.
Yeah, and she's taking a short rest. She's trying to stay close to Kadir while she's doing this. Just not trying to do anything with him or anything. Just trying to hang nearby. Just be a presence.
Awesome. All right. Chance, what is Chance's thoughts or feelings after she hears that the Endless War has been defeated once more?
I don't think she really has any, like, that's nice and all, but like, so, like, that doesn't, unless she's waiting for the further information, does that mean that the harbingers are no longer an issue? Or, like, so she doesn't really have any, because she doesn't have any information other than the endless war has been defeated, like, she's not making anything from that.
Fair. What does she do for the next hour? Is she kind of
I mean, are we staying where we were? Are we going somewhere? Are we going back to the fortress? Like, where?
Yeah, that's a good question. Right now, the group seems to be like staying put near like the barracks or like nearing the hospital beds and such. You can start to like make your way there, or like try to convince the group to head back to the fortress if you'd like.
I mean, she'd be doing what she could, helping, like, refugees or whatever, but she's like, she is a liability at this point. There is no point for her, to be. She is a refugee and in danger as much as the people that she's trying to help at this point.
Fair. All right. And let's go to Erlon. Erlon, what's Erlon's thoughts as he hears that the Endless War has been defeated?
Huge sigh of relief. Also, just with everything that just happened as well, kind of. I mean, just really, really excited, happy that we succeeded yet again, and it was pretty badass how we did so. I'm just taking it was pretty badass. But also in that sense, thinking of that coming to an end, and also the fight that we just had. He's gonna take a moment and actually pray, because this is what he does nowadays, and he's gonna dedicate and pray to honor,
Okay.
and yeah, and hope that he saw this spectacle so much, but saw not only what he did, dedicating this to him, but also what the rest of his group did as well.
Awesome. Roll me a religion check, please.
Of course. Did it work? It did work. Should be coming through.
15. As you pray to honor and dedicate things, you see that the axe glows and sparks with more lightning for things. It seems that Honor has heard your words and is able to respond once again through your axe. The same axe that you just slammed into a storm giant and felled.
Nice.
Over
He's
the
gonna
next,
lift. Oh, you're good. Sorry.
I was going to say, for the next hour, what are you doing other than the prayer for it?
Yeah. So he's going to. Is there like another message with Alice's setting stone?
Yeah, she has plenty.
Okay. Cool. He's gonna use it if he
Okay.
may.
What, you have to send it through me.
I have to send it through you. I don't want you to
Yeah.
know my deep dark secrets.
Through me, through Bruce, to Eloquent.
Oh, then it must be juicy.
Yes.
Alice, please let Eloquent know, or check to see if she's okay, but also let her know what we did here. What Erlon did here, and let her know that I thought about her the whole time, and now my legend carver is tingling with power.
Darling, I've used 4, you said? Good DM? Oh, yeah. Did I use 4 of them so
Sorry,
far?
say that again.
Have I used 4?
I'd say you used, yeah, I said 4 or 5. So
Okay,
I'd say 4.
I'm gonna use ascending to tell Bruce, darling, I'm going to message you back in 5 minutes. Can you go find Eloquin and hold the stone up to her, please?
Goes and gets Eloquin.
Okay,
then-
Alice waits 5 minutes and then she hands the stone to Erlon.
And then Erlon tells the sexy talk. Well, it's not sexting it or just it's just a sexy
No, it's
talk on
straight,
rock.
just deep
So,
voice.
yeah, there you go. All right.
Yeah, and then the remainder of the time he's going to continue what he's had to do this whole time is really just see who he's able to protect and assist in any way he can.
Okay. you're
So
helping,
actively
like,
just you good.
you're helping take out like refugees from or helping make sure that refugees are okay.
Yes.
Helping dig them out even from some of
Correct.
like
Yeah,
the
actively
collapsed
looking to help
buildings.
civilians. Yeah.
Okay, great.
Main focus.
Awesome. After about an hour or so, you all, yeah, my legend carver is tingling. After about an hour or so, let's go with, yeah, Alice, you get ascending from Revenos. All right, I think it's ready about time for me to collect you all for the moment, debrief. Are you all safe and well and ready?
Safe, yes. Well, mostly intact. Ready? She looks around at everybody. Yes, probably. We're very tired.
Well, I'm glad none of you died. I will be there to collect you in less than a minute or so. Say your farewells to whoever's nearby.
Farewell, Revenues. Oh, and next time you want to call, don't. I'm just kidding, love you, darling.
With that being said, you all know Revenus is about to come, thanks to Alice. Do you all
Wait.
say,
You think I told them?
oh, do you or do you
No,
not?
yeah, I told them.
Okay. Goodbyes to Kadir. You know, Revenus is gonna collect you and take you guys away. What farewells do you all say to Kadir at this moment? We'll go in order. Alice, as you're number 2. Any farewells do you say to Kadir?
Alice looks at him and goes, "Who are you? Have we met before?"
Yeah, I helped you save the town.
No, I meant before that. I saw you there, just,
I don't think we've met before.
Oh, well, darling.
I
She's gonna hold out her hand to you and go, Alice Mezer, the pleasure's all yours.
see. He just shakes your hand, just very firm, like formal handshake.
Okay, well, it was a pleasure killing things with you.
It was. We did great. You guys are awesome.
Yes, and I'm sure you'll hear plenty about me around, darling. Everybody does.
All right, awesome.
Great. Lance, what is Lance? Does Lance say goodbye to Kadir?
Yeah, he goes, bye.
There we go. Let's go to Zanny. Does Zanny say goodbye to Kadir?
Yeah, I'll go over and I'll give him. I want to give him. I've written out a copy of the recipe that I have for that ointment.
All right, awesome.
For the restorative ointment, so just the schematics for it essentially, and I just have it folded up. Said, present for you. I ran across an old jar of that stuff. It ain't hardly anybody ever makes it, but it's potent stuff. And I reverse engineered it, so, have at it, kid.
Thanks. The Sultanate would get a lot out of this. I'd appreciate it.
Yeah. Oh, he'd love that. Poison, disease, done. It's a damn wonder drug. I love it.
You're a saint.
No, not even close, honey. I'm a psychiatrist. You know, don't think this is the last you're gonna see of me, but we gotta scoot soon, kid.
Yeah, I hope to see you soon.
Oh, you will. You will. Skilled man like you, I got a couple plans for you. I already got an apprentice, and you're definitely more skilled than would need be to be my apprentice, so I will not be offering you that. However,
I'm flat.
rather, I could probably use a partner on a couple of projects I'm working with. And you're the closest thing I've seen to a dab hand. I mean, you're the smartest kid I've run into, and that's including that fucking idiot. And I just hitch a thumb over at Lance.
Wizards, am I right?
Yeah, tell me about it. And necromancers. They think they know everything. It's scientists. We need more scientists in the world, and bless you, Kadir. Thank you. I'm glad we ran into you, and I'm glad you didn't fucking die. And you, Theseus, good dog. Good dog.
Good.
Oh,
Awesome. All right. We'll go to Chance. Does Chance say anything goodbyes to Kadir?
I mean, more hello. I'm sorry I didn't actually really get to meet you or get to know you, but perhaps,
I know, it was a horrible introduction being in the middle of battle, wasn't it?
yeah. You know, if you're you live in Jeddah,
I do.
as well, perhaps our paths will cross again, or we can make our paths cross again and get some coffee or something.
We should. That'd be great.
Awesome. And Erlon. Does Erlon say any goodbyes to Kadir?
Of course. He definitely does like that kind of brother like kind of big shake where we're like basically shaking each other's forearms rather than
forearms.
like actually, yeah.
Oh, just kind of like
And
the Arnold Schwarzenegger.
the Arnold Schwarzenegger shit, yeah. And just like Kadir, any friend of Zanny is a friend of mine. My axe
Likewise.
struck true, but your shots were precise. So I hope you remember this day that you had the honor of fighting with Erlon, the Big Red. And he kind of slips on the other hand an autograph. And he's like, here's an autograph that is priceless. And I hope to see you again.
I hope so, my friend. I hope so.
Awesome.
Don't sell it. Please don't sell it. It is priceless.
Of course. Of course.
Sweet. All right. Well, Kadir, this is now the DM talking. It's a pleasure playing with you. If you want, you can stay by or stay put and hear kind of like some of the other story elements that are about to
totally.
come. If you want to sign off for the night, you can. We're gonna be ending in about 16 minutes. So I didn't want you to just like I wanted to at least give you that opportunity if you wanted to go, or you could stay. I don't mind at all. But
Yeah, I'll stick around.
we'll see if Kadir comes back later on as another guest appearance. Because this was fun. I like Kadir's character and everything. So
Yeah, run while you can, basically.
run while
I
you
know. He like looks at like the fact that everyone keeps trying to be like, oh yeah, you're gonna hear so much about us. We're gonna give you autographs. He's like, man, what a
Yeah.
bunch of fucking narcissists.
right? I'm Alice Mazer. Oh, like hey, here I'm Big Red.
Yeah, do that.
Me and
So-
Erlon were meant for each other, okay? We'd be unstoppable.
Lance, like let's collect all the toes. Let's kill collect all the bodies and everything. Yeah, it's an eclectic group, but it's fun. So, but yeah, we'll see you around. And if you ever want to do any RP with any of the group, you can definitely do so. Especially
Yeah,
as things
totally.
move forward with it. But with that being said, Kadir, you head over, leaving them to whatever devices and things that they need to do. Not me, Chance, please forget my name. She says that and she's like, oh yeah, let's get coffee. Please don't ever remember me.
No, I didn't mean it like that. I meant it in the terms of you were talking about, oh, you're going to hear about the Crimson Peacekeepers, and everybody's like, remember my name. And Chance was like,
Yeah.
no, like not
Fair.
forget my name as in I don't know you, but please forget my name as hero. Quote.
Yeah, forget the fame.
Fair. I was looking away and then I looked and I just said, please forget my name. Like what? Okay. With that being said, let's do a couple more rolls for things. I did Alice for this next. Let's go with number 3, which is Lance. Lance, I need you to roll D100. This is for the you would have been told this. Bruce would let you guys Alice know, and Alice would relay to the rest of the group. So Lance, roll a D100, please. Okay, cool. Zanny, roll a D100, please. Okay. And Chance, roll a D100, please. Okay,
Do I want to use my inspiration?
it's up to you.
Yeah, you know what? Sure. I never do.
Okay, cool. You would know, and this is Erlan to your great sadness, potentially. During the wars in Timoshk, Brown Bear Gym was destroyed, and along with it, the wardrobe and your guys' access to Timoshk at this moment. You're not sure if you fix that, but those were the first 3 rolls. First roll was Jedna, second roll was Timosh, third roll was Zarek.
Fuck.
So your fortress only leads to 2 areas at this moment.
Does that mean our key will work again, that we can set it somewhere else?
You have no idea. This is new magic. You don't know where the last time you put the key in, it disintegrated. So
Wait, which one isn't open now?
Brown Bear and Tamashk.
No, the Brown Bear Timoshk is gone.
Yeah, that one's gone.
So you still have
Okay.
access to Zarek and to Jeddah.
Yeah, the 2 on the west we still have access to, but we just lost our direct connect to the east.
Yep. So
We lost
We need
one
to-
of our direct connects to the east. That is the only other place I can go without the stupid door.
And honestly, yeah.
yeah. So lots of things are gonna change. You may need to contact the key wizard and say, "Hey, can you have another one?" So, with that being said,
Hey girl, how's it going?
Help a sister out.
Can I get a new key?
can I get the key? Can I get your key?
let me get your key.
Let me get that key ring, baby.
Oh man! All right, you all. Revenos arrives, teleports you all to Riptire, and you go forward with things. We're gonna time soup a little bit of this because we only have 10 minutes left. About.
So he
So-
didn't die.
He did not die, and in fact, none of the slivers died. Not one. However, there were some losses. You find out from as you all are being debriefed with things, there were 3 cities were destroyed by the Endless Four. The new Silver City has been destroyed again.
Motherfucker.
Just targeting that area. The capital,
I mean, fair.
Kyrene, the capital of the west, has been destroyed, and Azlahad, the capital in the east of Eremer, has been destroyed. So it targeted 3 capitals, sending massive bolts of lightning to destroy those areas and smite them and send craters. Fortunately, those areas were protected by 10th level magic, by the spirit or by the sliver of magic Hadia, who anticipated there might be these cities targeted, so created spells to teleport every human and animal out right before the impact. Huge refugee crisis, though. because now it's 3 cities. The heroes of the Rhea lost lost apathy, the anti-ambition. Unfortunately, Lucy was targeted by the Harbingers. She was killed, but able to be brought back. But now apathy has escaped, sort of kind of like how violence escaped chance. You learn that that was also the same thing that happened to the heroes of Tamshir, that they targeted Diraj, who was holding the anti-nature. That was their play. They were targeting the heroes, those 2 heroes specifically, and unfortunately, they've been released.
And he didn't
Diraj,
come back.
unfortunately, has not been able to be brought back. They're going to try one more time with higher level healing spells for it.
What was the other one? Apathy and what?
Apathy and the anti-nature, which is desolation.
Okay.
He's the anti-nature, a big red dragon. The Sultanas, 3 fell. 2 died in battle. The hero Azim, as well as Tara the fairy. Love Sliver Yavanna is sad that one of her 3 most faithful friends for thousands of years has died. And Sultana Refia gave her life fighting the endless war and holding it back as the heart was imploding, saving the others. They
So
didn't
she
see Refia die, but she got trapped in Abaddon.
So did she absorb the Endless War?
You don't know. The 2 bodies never recovered. They died in Abaddon. Refia, or what Fatima tells you all, under a zone of truth, is that when the Endless War was defeated and began to implode, and the rift out of Abaddon started to close, they were all being pushed or all being pulled back, and Refia activated or used, I would rather say, her path of power to form into like her path being a giant, basically a giant mecha, and just slap the others out, slam them out to safety. The portal closed before Refia could escape. They cannot tell if Refia is dead, lost between realms, or now going to be tortured forever by the endless war. But the person that has escaped and is survived is Fatima
Of the West.
of the West. The others survived. The Endless War 6th emanation has been defeated. They are nervous, the Slivers. They have some concerns that the Endless War last time took over 4,000, 5,000 years to come back. And now suddenly it took 200 years between the 5th and the 6th emanation. Now, it's not predictable like, oh yeah, each time it comes back sooner, or longer and longer. But 200 years is unheard of. That usually takes hundreds to thousands of years. They express that concern, but still are glad that the Endless War has been defeated and that this is a time that can be used right after for peace, except right now the giants are still rampaging. Quintessence is the only technically giant that is not affected as the Sliver of Wisdom. All the other giants, even though the Endless War has been pushed away, seem to have been permanently corrupted. And they mentioned that this happened before with the Dreamkin after the 2nd emanation. That pretty much every single Dreamkin was affected by the madness of the Far Realm and the nightmares. Now it seems all of giant kind even though the Endless War is gone, still are possessed by this hatred of mortals and this inherent desire to kill and destroy. The giant wars still continue, and the slivers, even though they all survived, it took a lot of energy and a lot of their powers to seal the Endless War once more. So at this moment, they are going to try to also fight the giants, but they're going to take time before they're able to do that. And primarily, the civilizations need to keep fighting the giants. I'm going to ask for one last roll for Erlon. If you would roll me a D 20, please.
Sure thing. Lucky number 13.
13% of all mortals in Eremer, Tamshir, and the Rhea have been killed already by the giants in the first 2 hours. 1 out of 10. Villages have been obliterated. You can imagine a villager with farms, just the giants coming and just eating everyone and wiping them out. 1 out of 10, basically, have been killed by the giants already. And they're not stopping. The giant wars continue. Before we end tonight's session, I'm going to let you guys know we're going to do a 1-week time skip. Next session, you guys are going to, I'm assuming, still help fight the giant wars. But let's see what everyone's reaction is after hearing all this that the slivers have said. Let's start with Alice. What is Alice thinking of that number, 13%?
It's kind of hard for her to conceptualize because it both sounds like a low number, but the more she tries to think of it, the bigger that sounds. So she's actually like crying because if things had not gone differently, then it could be very well her and her family that were part of that 13%, because she's always prided herself on being, the top X% of Zarek.
Yeah.
She could be the top 13% not alive.
Mm-hmm. Despair and sadness, but also relief that her family is alive. Alice is grateful. And she harkens back thinking about what Guy told her with the ruby. That decision that Alice made to be better and to fight for the world. Let's go to Lance. What is Lance thinking about that number? And any other things about after the Endless War has been defeated and hearing this debrief?
Lance's first thought is a very unheroic thought of that's a lot of skeletons. But he's also like I feel like Lance would know, and since we're here, he is gonna want to go talk to Rip and ask him about the first Giants War, which happened 4,000 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and how they stopped that, and if that's something that can be useful again, since he was literally there.
Yep. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna put a pin on that for you for
But
Lance.
That's fine. But that's what Lance is thinking is
Fair.
he remembers reading about Rip in the journal, and it mentioning that he was from a time before, and the hero of a hero of the previous Giant War and the Dragonborn Wars, or not the Dragonborn Wars, the
Lance,
whatever.
Rip, roll me a d20 plus 1. That is your history modifier.
That sounds right.
You don't Rip vaguely remembers the giant wars. Like he fought a few giants, but he was more focused on the orcs. And he heard about the ancient one or the keeper. He doesn't remember what the title was, but someone else negotiated something, and that was it. That's all Rip can remember from the time when he was young.
Gotcha. That totally makes sense for him.
Yep.
Hey, didn't you fight the last giant war? Oh yeah, I did, huh? Didn't I? Well, how did it end? I don't know.
Yeah. Hold on one sec. One sec.
But you know what Rip did invent, Alice? The resume in this world.
Yes. Now, technically,
not the res. He didn't invent it. He made it popular by
I was
passing
about to
them out
say,
like
the
Erlon
pie,
hands out his signature.
Delight was the one. But anyway, cool. So Lance, that's kind of like you're talking about things with Rip. Let's go to Zanny. What is Zanny's thoughts after the Endless War has been defeated, this debrief, and 13%?
There's a lot, but I think, right, if I boil right down to it, it's she is allowing herself this selfish thought that when she looks around the room, she sees her two cousins and they made it.
Yeah.
And she made it, and her friends made it, and like, not even in the survivor's guilt way. It's just like she's just allowing herself a moment of like, no, we're gonna fucking beat this thing.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
She just goes over and hugs them.
Yep. Chance, what is Chance's reaction to hearing about this debrief with things?
I mean, she's, obviously shocked or whatever by, how many people were killed. She does kind of have, questioning about like the details of, like, is it just the shock or like what are the numbers on the giant population, et cetera, et cetera? Like, is it like if this happened in the first 2 hours, does it seem like this is going to be like, a continuing trend? Was this like peak and now we're in a downward like logarithmic, or like what, so she's like, that kind of is like the first thing that kind of goes through her mind. Whether she should be concerned that, in another 5 days 90% of the population is going to be gone, or whether we killed a lot of giants and also people have scattered and know that it's coming now, so it's not like,
and those are all details that the slivers are going to be working themselves, trying to stop the giants once they regain their powers, because they spent a lot of it sealing away the Endless War, as they do each time. But they have to rely, at least momentarily, on the mortal races, not just humanity, the mortal races, and also try to hope that the Lauren Dominion nor the Catal Empire were targeted. It was only those three, basically everything east of the World Mountains.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the other thing, hearing that it wasn't the Lauren Dominion, and then also hearing about the escaped harbingers, and that means that the harbingers aren't out, and the slivers are tired, and we're going to be tired after the war, and like, I bet you the giants are not targeting the harbingers. So as soon as the giants clear out, the harbingers are going to do something. That's mostly what she's, that there's going to be a play as soon as we're all weak. And we're already weak.
And that's what they're concerned about. They are debating, and this will be roles that I'm going to do, whether or not some of them are going to wait until they heal up and regain all their power, or if some of them are just going to go out in the field and risk it. The slivers usually would like stay back and regain all their power, but this is an emergency in the sense the giant wars are still continuing.
And then the third thing, if she like conferred with Lance / saw him go and asked Rip and get nothing from that, she would be like, over here, 2 people down, Herodotus wrote books about everything. Now, I didn't take the giant book from the library, but this man might know some things and/or might give us a copy of his giant book.
You could go to Herodotus. You're like, hey, I'm a huge fan. I need your books.
No. I mean, originally in the first one, except that it was serious, and also now it's still serious. But she does want to get one or more of her books signed.
Yeah. So, and you would know Herodotus is basically immortal.
Yeah.
He's also just like Rip. He basically took the "I want to live forever" blessing.
Yeah, but right now she's going at, like I said, after seeing Lance try to get information, she's going to be like, "What do you know about the previous giant wolf? Because I feel like it's more than that guy."
Fair. You'll get a signed copy of his book and some talkings with him. Last but certainly not least, because we are a little bit over, Erlon. Is there any? What is Erlon thinking or feeling after surviving the endless war and getting this debrief? None of the slivers died, but some heroes did fall. Fatima reigns, or was the survivor of the 2, and 13% of mortals east of the World Mountains have perished by the giants.
He's still crying about Brown Road Jim. No.
My Jim!
No. First off, I am so angry that you made me, of all people, playing as Erlon role for how many people died. But
it was gonna be someone. It was who was ruled.
You're fine. I think he's just really focused on that number, just knowing that many people died with what he felt like he was like the whole party was doing was going to make a difference along with the slivers and everybody, that it was going to make a difference. Seeing that that's still a pretty high number is really questioning everything that we're doing. Like, is it, I mean, it's obviously worth it, but there's still heavy casualties, which he doesn't like. So
you will know, and this will be the last thing I'll say, most of the casualties, and this is a problem, were from rural areas because they are defenseless in a sense.
Yep, and that's even worse. Thanks.
They hit cities, like big cities, but as it happened with Jeddah, heroes rose up, armies rose up, and in the east, artillery fire rained down and blasted back. So wherever there's a concentration of military, the giants were pushed back. Rural areas, defenseless areas where there's shepherds and maybe farmers, easy picking for a couple of 3 or 4 hill giants.
Of course it was.
So there is a massive refugee crisis towards towns and cities fleeing rural areas. And we'll see what happens next, as you all will now have to help defend certain towns next week, as 1 week passes. And we'll see if anyone wants to do any other RP for it. But next session, we'll do a 1 week time skip, and your next goal is protecting the towns. So
is it full downtime, or are we semi-busy during this downtime?
Semi-busy, because you like refugee crisis. I will say, like, you guys can make a little bit of downtime, things to do. Just let me know. But primarily, what would your character be doing? To help fight the giant wars. Sorry.
I have a legitimate question.
Sure.
For me and Zanny, can we get an entire giant body?
I'm sure you can acquire one.
Can we get more than one?
I'm sure you can acquire more than one. Now, how many? That's going to be a persuasion check. Because 1, where are you going to do it? 2, the issue is decomposition and the giants, how many bodies do you want them to try to drag and give to you?
I just want one of each.
One of each. Okay. Roll me persuasion check. With advantage, because you are heroes.
Chance, do you want to do it? I got this.
I'll help you
22.
convince them to give you the best, the storm giant one. I do not want the rest of them hanging around.
So these are the corpses you're asking for, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So you are able to acquire 4 corpses of your picking. And you have the array of, and I'm going to give you the array: trolls, cyclopses, hill giants, stone giants, frost giants, fire giants, desert giants, and cloud and storm. So 9 types. You get 4.
Are there Ettins?
Oh yeah, Ettins as well. So 10. All basically anything that's technically a giant.
And we get 4.
4.
Zanny, do you have a preference? I know we want a storm giant.
Can I have a troll? I could use their blood for some really wicked healing.
Holy shit, you could, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we get a storm giant, a troll. I want a fire giant.
And these are corpses that they quickly cast. What's that thing? That
Gentle
cleric
Repose.
spell?
Gentle repose.
Gentle
yeah.
repose. Yes.
And
So storm, troll, fire. What's the last one? And then we have to wrap up because we're.
do we want a cloud or a frost, Zanny?
Frost.
Frost.
Likely to
Okay.
be more useful.
Okay.
Okay, frost it is. All right. With that being said, that is the end of the session. Thank you so much for a wonderful session. I apologize for being a little like 10, 12 minutes over. We'll see what happens next time with session 87. Everyone, enjoy the rest of your night and see you all next time for the continuation of the Giant Wars.
All right,
Good night.
guys. Thanks again, Kadir.
Yep. Thanks again, Kadir. Take
That's
care.
awesome.
Hey, everybody.